got you 23 seconds right here.
All right, so we're streaming now. All right, anyway. Don't forget, the web's always lagged behind just a tad bit. How has your week been, folks?
In a week.
Yeah.
Been good.
Did you get your nap in, Blix?
I did get a little bit of a rest, and I went and stood in line this afternoon for about 37 hours. But I got my first jab.
You got your first shot?
Yep.
I've been trying to get one. I'm having a hard time finding a place to get one.
I got lucky last night on the Austin Public Health queue. They have been releasing Tuesdays and Thursdays, but something went wrong Tuesday, so I don't know if that's related, but they did another release last night, and a friend of mine let me know that they were queuing up at 6. So I hopped on, and they...
So you went there and just waited? Did you go online and sign up, or did you...
Well, I pre-registered. You know, you can do that anytime, and then again, usually it's a Tuesday or Thursday evening. You just log in right around, 5:45, 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And when they start releasing doses, at whatever time it is, they'll tell you what time, 6 or 6:30. They put you randomly in queue.
Oh, and you got drawn.
And I got drawn.
The D20 favored you that night.
I was
used a
lucky to
luck
get mine
point.
today.
You used the luck point, right?
Congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so...
didn't have to drive all over. It was just over at the Delco Center at 2:30. So.
Yeah, we signed up for one in Round Rock, and it's I think it's in 2 weeks or a week from now. I have to look at the thing, but so I'm signed up for that. They said I'm overweight enough that I qualify.
Yeah, me too. I got mine. High five on obesity.
The only time you ever want to be overweight is getting that fucking shot, right?
If APH didn't come through for me, my backup plan was to drive to Abilene in a week and a half.
Yeah, there's a couple places that are like way out, middle of nowhere of Texas that you can just go to and get a shot, guaranteed. But I'm good, thank you though.
Beaumont?
Yeah, Beaumont's one of them. Yeah. Those are places you can just go and get a shot, but it's what, 4 or 5 hour drive. I'm not going out to bars or events that require me that worried. So anyway, so y'all ready to start? That does not sound encouraging. But Brett, you need to rename yourself.
No.
Oh, I did too.
Yep.
I remembered for once.
Oh, I misspelled my name. I left out the C, so I look Hexadol.
No, you're Dule like Dule Hill.
Dule. I like doll.
I don't know if you've ever watched Psych, but
I
Dule Hill is the actor who played the sidekick on Psych.
I never have. All right, so let's see here.
Hexadolce would be an amazing ice cream.
Hexadolce ice cream? Huh.
I think it would taste a lot like cinnamon dolce.
It might.
Maybe with a little cayenne in there.
I tell you, I get Zoom configured to maximize and minimize, and then when I go to actually do it, it decides that it does not like what I'm doing. It's really annoying. I'm gonna have to set up a whole... Anyway, nerdy stuff, moving on. So, where we last left off, y'all been investigating a murder in the town of Huthduth, up in the mountains. And let's see, y'all were just, I think, at the bar, trying to decide what y'all wanted to do.
We thought about going up to the graveyard.
You did.
Oh, yeah.
You got to stop that, girl. Get
Sorry.
some coffee.
We just
Let me do that.
All right, sorry.
Tonight, so it'll help.
I'm sorry I'm boring you, Blix.
Please don't try to be interesting. Please don't try to be interesting.
All right. So anyway, so yeah, it's about going to the graveyard. You have to deal with the with the really stinky cheese animals and the purveyors there. What do y'all wish to do at this point? Yeah. So what do y'all wish to do at this point? And what is your goal in the graveyard?
Investigate the shiny thing that looks like.
Okay.
An idea of like where I saw the lights moving around at, like what part of the graveyard.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't know how big or what the graveyard is, but you do know it's, like a distance from the town. There's a trail that kind of leads out of the town and it heads down, and there's old frozen over trees that kind of hang over the trail, and there are the long icicles that kind of hang down. The light kind of glints here and there from your. If you have torches, or can you all see in the dark?
I can see in the dark. I know Nick cannot.
So Nick, you have some kind of light.
Yeah, I'd have to torch with them.
So yeah, it refracts light throughout the crystals and stuff as you're moving down the trail, and you see in the distance, heading down towards the graveyard. As you get closer, you can see two distinct sources of light that are kind of flickering. And as you get closer and closer, you see it has a definite there's like an entrance to it, and where that entrance is to the back, facing you, is there are two backs of statues, and the light's kind of coming around in a halo effect around the statues. And there's like a central area of the graveyard, and then it kind of spreads out from there, and you see a figure in the center of the graveyard, like unrolling mats, or like you would go on a picnic, right? And you're probably a good 100 yards away at this point in the trees. Your torch is illuminating the area. What do you wish to do at this point? Continue on, or? It's obvious the figure hasn't noticed y'all yet. Its back is towards to you, so it hasn't seen the torch light that y'all are carrying with you.
All right. I'm gonna motion the Blix to sneak up ahead.
Sneak up and see what I can.
Okay.
Preparation. I'm gonna have Owly land on my shoulder, and I'm gonna look through his eyes, so that I can see in the dark.
Okay. Okay. So yes, your owl aspirates next to you, or was he already summoned?
He's been around.
Okay, so he kind of lands on your shoulder. What does your owl look like?
He's a little brown burrow owl, with some cream feathers as well.
Okay. So he kind of lands next to you, rubs his head up against your neck and shoulders and against your jaw right here a little bit. And your eyes kind of gloss over a little bit as you go into this trance, and you're able to see through the owl itself. Are you holding him by his shoulder? Because it's very disorienting to have another point of view. Although it is on your shoulder, but it is a different point of view.
I would ask Nick if he would mind guiding me.
Okay.
Yeah, Alfred, like my elbow.
Okay. And that way, if your torch goes out, I can at least dictate a little bit.
Give me one.
Not have like a full moon or anything like that. It's just dark.
There is a moon out. There is some illumination. I'm looking at that right now, actually.
Does the moon hit our eye like a big pizza pie?
Oh, yeah. Oh, what am I gonna do with you?
Alright.
What am I gonna do with you?
Please not TPK.
Well, now that you mention it. All right. So who's heading forward? Nick, is that right? No, it was Blix. Okay, Blix, you go ahead and just give me a roll for your stealth check, please. You can make it public.
Already good.
You are thinking before the game master asks. I don't know what to think about you.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Somebody has a ARP cache poison attack going on your computer. Whoever that is, just be aware of it.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you need to scan your computer for virus, basically. Somebody has something. I don't know what it is, but
Okay, well, technically I'm on the work computer and they're scanning it weekly.
yeah, just letting you know.
Yeah, this is my work computer. I'm getting a new one tomorrow.
ARPs are port type attacks, so just be aware, Raphael, you could have something on your Linux box. All right. So you begin proceeding forward down the trail. Give me 1 second here. I think I've got something. Let's see. I really should kind of sort this a little bit better. There we go. So the wind's kind of blowing as it past you. Snow kind of catches you here and there. You find your way between the trees and other obstacles as you're moving down closer and closer. It's the graveyard's in a 1, 2, 3, 4 sided. 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided kind of shape. In the center of it, a trail leads to the center in a circular pattern between 2 statues with their backs to you. And there are several ancient, from this distance, you see what covered in snow looks like old tombs that are laid out. And this individual whose back's towards you has laid out several carpets on the ground and has laid out, looks like some food and stuff, and is rubbing their hands as it kind of looks around apprehensively into the darkness around and about, and is kind of seems to be waiting for something.
Do I recognize the person at all?
From this distance, yeah, you're a good ways away, and due to the snow blowing and that I wouldn't call it blizzard conditions, but just due to the ambient snow in the air, it's making visibility a little difficult at the range you're at. Do you wish to get closer?
First, I want to look around me and look around the area to see if I can ascertain what it is that he might be waiting for.
Okay. Make an insight check. Oddly enough.
Public?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. They're obviously waiting. You think possibly for somebody. He's set out food. It looks like some kind of bottle. Could be wine or something. And several other like little items on the mat. From this distance, it's hard to make out exactly what they are, but they could be serviceware and plates and cups, but you're not sure from here.
I'm going to move closer.
Give me another stealth check. Okay, you get even closer. You find some trees that kind of skulk behind Blix, and
Oh, I love skulking.
I know you do.
It's my favorite.
All right. Let me know when you all see the scene. The rest of you are far up the trail and can't see it, but I think it's kind of rude not to show y'all what she's seeing. So as you're looking with a heavy snow obscured environment, you see the 2 dark statues, quite tall, lead into the multi-sided grave area. This seems like it's some kind of honorific area. Perhaps elders or high harvesters or something, but you're not sure what. And like I said, you see the figure in the middle. As you get closer, though, you realize that that's Drask. Do you remember who Drask was?
Do not remember who Drask was.
He's the grumpy guy at the inn that owes me money.
He was a...
He's the other guy who likes cheese.
He's been eating the cheese a lot as well,
He's a militia guy, if you remember.
and he left the shop with some cheese when we saw him there.
Next, I think you have my light settings. All I can see are the 2 little lights.
Let me see what you can see. Yes. Do you have your torch lit?
I do.
Yeah. So it's farther up the trail. It's really about what you can see are the 2 lights, because you're not close enough to see any more detail than that. If you move closer though, you can. but be aware the torch. Yeah, okay.
I'll stay and wait for Blix to return.
Yeah, I would like to stealth my way back to the group and whisper to them what I've seen. It's Trask. He's having a party.
A party.
A party with
What is-
cheese.
Is this party going to crash that party?
I think so.
It took me longer than I care to admit to get there, but yes.
Let's go meet Drax.
You said it looked like a party. Did it maybe look like a ritual of some sort?
Maybe? Do some rituals look like picnics?
Sometimes. Sometimes there's rituals called offerings.
Okay, now I'm rethinking the whole party evaluation that I made because it's just him. Like, there's nobody else there yet, so that's a pretty lame party. And it could be this offering thing you're speaking of.
I
Either
think
way,
we-
there's likely cheese.
I think we should inspect as we planned. Just use caution.
So what are your plans? You're just going to proceed down there and talk to him, or what group? Who's the leader of this damn group?
Nick.
They all turn. They all turn. Look at Nick, who's blind without his torch.
I vote Nick, and I just tell him what he can see right now.
Can we get some guidance from the clan?
They all turn and look at you, Nick.
All right. I think we should go at least see what he's doing. Do these seem like the lights that I saw the night before?
Flickering lights. Make an insight check, an intelligence check, actually.
Any intelligence?
Insight, intelligence. I think insight's intelligence, or is that wisdom?
Insight's wisdom.
Yeah, intelligence. It's recall.
Wouldn't know. I've got none of either. Kidding.
Intelligence check. You wanted this GM?
No, public. Let's do public. Yes. It could be. It could be. You're thinking. Maybe. You feel. Yeah. You feel kind of confident. Mostly confident. Yeah. Yeah. It could be. You think. Yeah. 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 You think so.
Everybody tiptoe.
Let's go check out the lights and everything else. And if he asks what we're doing here, tell him that we're investigating the murder. Everyone knows we've been doing that. We've been going around talking about that. That I saw the lights. We're trying to investigate to see what's going on out here.
That sounds like a good plan. Should we relight your torch?
Yeah, let's go and do that.
Would you like me to carry it since you're a little more adept at using
Killing
your
things.
hands?
Well said. Well said.
Well, also,
So, who leads the group in?
I'll leave the group.
I'll follow behind with the torch.
Oh, so Nick's not going to carry the torch? Okay, so it's you. Okay, put you here. We'll turn your torch.
that's the light, and
Oh, yeah, do that. Here's your
I-
torch, Nick.
You guys, as we go up, I would like to separate from the group just a little bit and come in maybe 20 or 30 feet to one side,
Right or left?
stealthily. Left.
5, 10,
Stealth check
15.
on that.
Not yet. All right, so Raphael, you're casting light, you said?
right.
Is that a yes?
That is a correct. You're right. I'm casting light.
The pulsate light.
I'm working on it. Be patient. It's a torch.
Not irritate the game master.
It is a torchlight. All right, yes. Give me. So you're trying to sneak up, right? Okay. The group's approaching, and you're off to the left side, moving in. Give me a stealth check.
We are not being stealthy, so
Public.
The jingle when I
Damn. That's impressive. Yeah. So Blix disappears into the storm, into the snow, and you're like, "Oh shit! Did she get lost? Where the hell is she?" But you move on, and you make your way down.
And what I'm aiming for here, Hexa, is to stay more or less even with the party, but kind of hidden and
So
15 to 30 feet off into the shadows,
So-
so the person they're approaching doesn't know I'm.
okay, it's fine. So use X on your keyboard and kind of point with your finger where you want to be. Okay.
Actually, right about here.
All right. So yeah, you slowly move that way as the party's moving in. Fortunately for you, the light of the party kind of distracts the individual. He turns around and looks at the group, and what you see is the mercenary Drask here. He has laid out. Actually, he's seated on various furs in the middle of the graveyard. He warms his hands over what appears to be like some kind of magical, or not magical, a little fire pot on the carpets themselves, keep his hands warm. And as you notice, he's been looking around quite anxiously this entire time. He seems to have appears to have laid out a picnic for two and seems to be expecting someone. As you all approach, he kind of stands up and looks at you and almost knocks over the little fire pot, but he stabilizes it and looks back at y'all. And he doesn't say anything. He just kind of like has this questioning look as he kind of peers in your direction. What do you do?
I did not meet him before, right? That was someone else. That was off doing my own thing.
Yes, you're.
You saw him, you didn't interact.
Correct.
Yeah, none of us have actually met him yet.
Okay. I openly stood up. Go to about right here.
Okay, you can move yourself at this point.
I just know the role of Raphael's character.
Well,
Click on yours.
click on.
Probably we all do. Yeah, there you go.
You just click on it.
Yourself.
Okay.
Reading for him.
What do you? I'm sorry. Say that again, Nick.
Just want to be open and it's like, well met.
He kind of looks at you. You're the group that's investigating it, the murders in town. I hear.
Yeah. Last night I was coming by and I saw the lights out here, so I brought the rest of my group out here to check and see what's going on out here. And I mentioned like, are you expecting cemetery picnics going on?
So, like I say, he gets in a. He stood up. He is a mercenary, so he's obviously like in a ready stance. He's got his hand on the hilt of his sword and kind of looks at you, and he eyes each of you about. His eyes are, huh? You do not.
I do not have my hands on my weapon.
You can, from your distance, you're close enough that you can see he's obviously distraught. His eyes are bloodshot and rimmed with red, like somebody who's been crying quite a bit. And he says, as he's kind of looking at you, he goes, I knew you would eventually come here. You must think I'm the one who's committed this crime, this atrocious crime against the people.
Well, no, right now we're just investigating, trying to find out what's going on. Do you have some information?
Hang on, as the game master changes his pages here real quick.
Stop. Stop.
He goes, no, I've just been coming out here to to meet my love, but she hasn't been here for a few nights now. I'm growing concerned.
Did you love someone from the town?
Yes, she is of noble birth. Lara. And you recall, she is the corpse that the abbess showed y'all, but said keep it quiet. Didn't want to create a panic in town. Because I've been waiting for her to come, but she hasn't been here for several nights. I'm concerned that perhaps her family has taken her back forcibly. A common man like me would be dishonorable for her family, but we have truly felt a heart for each other, he says to you.
I kind of look at the rest of my group and motion for them to come closer.
Move up.
You can move. You can move.
Let's move ourselves.
Yes. But you don't have to worry with the map representing your actual positions.
I stay stealthy and hope that he doesn't notice me, even though I'm standing basically like right beside him.
Make a stealth check again, please.
Trying to make it creepy and weird.
As usual.
Actually, he doesn't seem to move his head in your direction. So y'all gather up, and
It's my sneakiness.
he goes, "You can't stop our love. We have it's beyond mere social graces." He seems totally close to of what's going on.
Yeah. How long have y'all been together?
She is with my child. A noble can't sire a bastard, but I'm sorry. A noble can sire a bastard, but a man that I can't. I, though, intend to do right by her, but her family obviously will not have her back if she does take my hand. We had planned to leave here 2 nights ago. And we had talked to the abbess about our plans and about us leaving, and she suggested the routes we would take. But I haven't seen her since.
I look to Pandora and I kind of like motion to her for like good or evil. Like, what do you think?
I'll reach out with my, not spidey senses, kitty senses.
Your kitty tingle.
What are you trying to do? Spider sense.
Kitty sense, divine sense. See if I can detect any good or evil coming from him.
From Drask? Let me see. Give me a moment. I didn't hole punch this, so I have to go through and look.
Is it a good boy? So outside the game, we all know that she's been dating a shade, right?
Well,
That's what has been said around town.
right. He's lawful something, but you don't know more than that, right? Because the presence of strong evil in your presence, powerful good rings, like heavy music in your eyes. Yeah, you don't detect a heavenly ring in your ears of good, but you don't detect evil either. So it's most likely not those extremes.
Okay. So you're not getting anything from her?
No.
I would be curious where the abbess told them to go, but I'm a little scared of him.
Where the abbess didn't tell us, but
I ask him. So the abbess has been working with both of y'all, trying to get y'all away.
She was, well, he didn't kind of leans heavy on his scabbard for a second, then he just takes a knee and sits down again, and begins packing his stuff. He goes, she was concerned of the consequences for her and our and their families. Lara's family would not. He just seems so distraught. He's having a hard time getting a comprehensible sentence out to you. But basically, eventually, he says to you, "We would have had to have eloped. They would not have put up with me and her having a bastard child."
I understand that. Have you spoken to the abbess?
You can understand that, he says. What have you done with her? What has the abbey done with her?
Done anything to her? Have you spoken to the abbess since you stopped seeing her, or she hasn't come out here?
I have. I've tried, but she's been busy on the prayers with the harvest master, and I have not been allowed to speak directly with her.
So you're not aware of what has happened.
What do you mean?
Your love is in a state not quite living.
You mean she's dead?
Not quite dead, not quite living. She seems to be in like the in between place.
No, she was just to correct you, just so you know, she was dead. She was left lifeless. Yeah.
I thought she was just kind of.
No.
The harvest master is kind of alive.
Yeah.
He's the one that's.
Yes.
We were there.
Yes. So I tell
You
him.
needn't tell him that.
He needs to know.
I don't want to be told.
He's been sitting out here for like days and days and days in the cold, like waiting for her to show up.
I think there's potential for an ally in that, or at least an easier way in. An enemy.
So he just is suddenly overcome with grief and this deep, centered, just cracking, soul-shattering burst of crying comes from him as he just kind of begins to sob. You've never probably seen. Well, maybe you have, but most likely you haven't seen a man of war like him. He's a mercenary. Just cry like this. It is a heart-rending thing to see.
I move forward and go to one knee and like put my hand on his shoulder. It's like we're trying to find out what happened to her.
Blake stealths in from the west and gives him a hug, right around the knees.
Remember, he sat down. Remember.
Okay, well, still, knees are good. It's easier to reach him.
I tell him that we're trying to find out what happened to her. If he would like to assist us.
He goes, I will head back and gather my things. Where do you want? No, it stinks. Where do you want to meet? At the Abbey?
No,
We have rooms at the end.
that Mother's Bounty, right? We can meet back there.
Can we speak freely here?
We can ward a room, right?
At the end? You can. Yeah, you have a room.
We can ward a room so that people
Ward.
can't hear what we're saying.
You have that ability.
I don't know. I'm asking the mages.
Raph or Arkin.
Wait, didn't we do that before
Yeah, we did.
when we were sneaking out of town?
With Ziti. Was that one
Well-
of Ziti's things?
That was one of Ziddy's. Yeah, she could mask all the sounds with her pass without a trace.
Arkin?
I'm a little more blasty than that.
Okay. We can just be quiet. We can put blankets and pillows up on all the walls to muffle the sound.
That's a lot of blankets and pillows.
We have like some straw mattresses and
We can figure
stuff.
something out.
We can huddle.
Yes, go ahead and gather your things, and we'll meet back at Mother's Bounty.
Do you need help carrying anything? I am a pack mule.
Pack cat.
Pack to Black Sea.
Can't hear you, Hexa.
He just shakes his head no, and he just walks off, leaving everything there. Doesn't care about it anymore, it seems like.
I look
Alright.
around to see if there's anything interesting.
Is there anything shiny?
Did
Well,
you ever give me a list of what I'm carrying?
I'm gonna send it to y'all when we have our first break.
Okay.
so he had simple plates, nothing fancy. Some silverware, but it wasn't silver.
But was it shiny?
It's pewterware, and he had some pewter cups with a bottle of wine that he has. It's you don't recognize the vineyard or anything.
Does anyone else find it weird that they're having these romantic assignations in a cemetery?
You never mess around in the cemetery?
Well, yeah, but
I mean, ish, but if he's not very well liked by nobility, they kind of have to
Yeah.
hang
it's
out
kinda
together
avoiding.
somewhere where they can't be seen.
Where people are less likely to go in the night.
I do, while they're looking at the stuff, I do want to check out the statues and I'm guessing these are coffins arrayed in some kind of, I don't know what this is.
it's
I
a
just want to kind of check
semicircle.
around, do like an inspection around, see if there's anything that looks out of place or anything that looks like it's been disturbed.
I would like to juggle whimsically, but also soberly.
Did Raphael go to
Let me
sleep?
do an investigation.
Is it sober or somber?
In this case, it is sober. Can't hear you again, Hexa.
Sorry, I keep muting. Yes, you can make an investigation check, Nick.
All right. Public,
Yes.
and I find snow and coffins.
You do. You do. They have not been disturbed in ages. You can ascertain.
Hey, Blix.
No secret traps or anything like that.
He's a good boy.
Where did Blix go?
Taking
Where?
a
Why
look
do
at
you
a
ask?
picture.
Who sent you?
What?
What?
She disappeared.
Blix was here the whole time. Did you not see her?
She was sneaky. So I didn't find any traps or anything like that, Warren?
No, you didn't. As you searched around, you didn't trigger any traps. No.
Okay.
I cannot restart my video because the host stopped it. I have been visually muted.
Denied.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Lesson learned.
I wasn't walking behind her this time.
So, what do you
You have
do?
clothes on.
Yeah, you don't find anything abnormal and or extraordinary about these coffins. They're old. Are these tombs? There's another word I'm looking for though. Come on.
Sarcophagi.
Thank you, sarcophagus. Yeah. Nothing here. They don't seem to have been opened in a long time.
Ev-
And with the ice and
Everyone-
snow, it's really hard to make out who's buried in them.
Could
You
I
guys,
start?
we have a little bit of an opportunity here. This is probably the most private we're going to be able to have a conversation anywhere.
I agree.
So, do we want to take this opportunity to hash out what we're thinking or what our next steps are?
I am wondering if this sword is detachable.
Do what?
Is this sword on this sarcophagus detachable?
You're adorable, Pandy.
It's bigger than yourself, Candy.
Nuh-uh.
Well, we've been to all the places where she was rumored to go. We saw the lights. We came out here and found this guy. But I don't know how much of a source of information he's going to be.
That sword is over 10 feet tall. If each square is 5 feet.
Stay focused, Raphael. Stay focused.
I am.
I'll ask the group if they would like me to start a ritual casting of detect magic while they decide our next steps.
I would like that, yes. So, we heard from one source, or possibly more than one, that she was involved with a shade.
Yeah.
we hear from Drax or whatever his name is that she was actually involved with him, which also may or may not be true.
And he said they were with child.
Yeah. And so what else do we know?
We know she went to the little oddities place, and she also went to Mother's Bounty, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much all.
But what did the lady say at the oddities place?
That she hadn't seen her in a while.
Yeah. Also, she buy anything there?
That's what I was wondering.
What she told you, she didn't buy anything, but often she was about the common people. She wasn't like the other, the abbess and them who really didn't really come down out of the abbey that much. And she was more about tending to the people's needs and was more hands-on. Truly, the people thought she was somebody of their birth. They had no clue of her noble heritage, apparently, from the conversation.
What if the abbess is the murderer?
Then why would she hire us to solve it?
Set us off on the wrong course looking for a shade, and whatever we find takes the blame.
I kind of had that gut instinct when he said that they were talking with the abbess.
Yeah, I'm wondering why the abbess didn't inform us that she was involved with him.
Oh, good question.
And she was also hovering around the room when we were searching it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if the lady was more of the common people, why would she be messing around with the shade?
I think we need to have another talk with this abbess. There's stuff she hasn't told us.
I don't think she's gonna be forthcoming unless somebody has. Ooh, wait. I think I have a spell that'll do that.
I pull my knife and say that we will make her forthcoming.
We know ways of making you talk.
Blix, give me a DM only perception check.
Roll.
One second.
What if the abbess is the shade?
Oh my god. What if she is?
What if the abbess is a shade, and she got the lady pregnant and then killed her?
I would have detected magic on the abbess when I had detected in the room if she was the shade.
What if the abbess is Drax?
Oh, that's a headcanon. We haven't seen Drax and the abbess in the room at the same time.
Do we have another shapeshifter?
So I have a spell called Zone of Truth in which I can cast a 15-foot radius sphere, and a creature must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, the creature can't speak a deliberate lie.
Just like
What do you need to
Ancient.
cast it?
Elizabeth,
Okay,
check your messenger, Facebook Messenger, please.
It's vocal and somatic.
That'd be interesting to use there.
She will be aware of the spell and can avoid answering questions.
Shh. We're being watched.
I want to pull out my greatsword.
There was a crow above us, much like Arkin's owl.
As you say that, you hear a voice off in the woods somewhere. You adventurers, hear me! I mean you no harm. It's coming to the from the south of you.
I will
sheathe
grab
my
Nick.
dagger and I pull my rapier.
Okay.
I pull out my great axe.
I'll
Yeah.
grab Nick's arm and send Owly up to not engage with the Raven, but see how the Raven reacts, and I'll be looking through Owly's eyes.
So by the
To
time
be clear, it was a crow.
Was it a crow?
Yeah.
My
By
bad.
the time the owl gets up and you're notified of this, it's already flown away into the storm
Okay.
and hard to see.
I saw it fly off as I drew my dagger and threatened to force the truth out of the abyss. Which direction did that hail come from? You're muted.
No, I'm not.
No.
Down here.
Mm.
Y'all see, obscured in the shadows of the trees beyond, with it behind it, a frozen waterway that inches down from the abbey itself, totally frozen. You see a shape, obscured in shadows.
I would like to try to melt into the shadows out of our torchlight and try to hide behind the sarcophagus over here.
You can move yourself and give me a stealth check, public.
I tell the voice to come forward slowly.
Ooh.
So from the forest to
Hey, everybody, I'm going to hide here.
you,
You jump on top of
you
it
all
instead of hide.
as you all kind of pan your attentions in that direction, you see two very bright yellow glowing eyes in the darkness to the south of you. A gray-skinned man steps forward and begins moving towards you slowly. He is in torn and stained scholar robes. As he steps into the light of the burning statues and torchlights, he goes, "My name is Rasik Orberin, and yes, I am a shade, but I am not an enemy, and no danger to you. I am not of this world. Uh, I have seen disturbing things, and if you follow me, perhaps what I've seen will explain what has happened to that man's betrothed, loved, not betrothed, that man's loved, lost."
It's good enough for me. I'll go with him.
Why can't you tell us here?
I go as well,
He
but
goes,
also have my
goes
weapon
very,
out.
he goes, "Very well. I found several bodies in the woods."
I would like to see this.
That's why I said you should follow me.
Okay. Cool. Just wanted to know.
How do we know you didn't make them bodies?
When you see them, you'll know that I, a common person, could not have possibly done what has happened to them.
Alright, let's go investigate the bodies.
All right.
I'll follow along.
And we
How
will
far away
take
is this?
and we will take a 5-minute break.
Okay, I'm about to message all of y'all what you're taking from my backpack.
Okay.
We don't have a ref.
I know. Raphael!
I was the first one back this time.
I never left my
Raphael!
chair.
Okay, but I was the first one back on video and audio.
Well, yeah, you didn't leave your chair because you were behind sending emails to people, right? Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
I gave everybody their money.
Added in D&D Beyond, and then just because I manually added it in Foundry. I'm all matchy match now. You guys, I'm still not fully myself after tussling with the cows.
No, you're not.
Just so you know.
I've slept since then. What are you talking about?
The cheesy things, the cheesy beasts, the slimy cheese beasts.
Oh, you're down on HP.
Yes.
Do you want a healing potion?
Such is life. You can't do it out of combat now. You have to wait, or combat out of, whatever.
Encounter. Out of encounter.
Yeah. So wait until Raph shows back up. I will give him just a couple more minutes. Arkin, you there?
I am here.
All right. Well, it's been 5 minutes. What do y'all wish at this point? You're going to follow him, you said?
Hey, there he is. Let's carry on. We're going to follow him. I'm going to try to melt into the dark along the way and hide. So I'll be following along, but like from 15 to 20 feet off whatever path they're following and in the dark and hiding in the trees.
Okay. So y'all begin making your way into the forest. And he leads you through the various trees, frozen ways. The snow crunches under your feet. And I'm sure all of you, after the last freeze we had in Austin, Texas, know what cold, freezing forest, crunchy snow is like.
Lucky us.
He's obviously very nervous, and he kind of glances at your weapons that you all have. Obviously, he's not armed. You can easily see there's no weapons on him. And after traveling for a few minutes deeper into the woods, he goes there, right over there, and highlighted by the faint bit of moonlight, you see what appears to be shallow graves poking through the snow in the ground. And then out of the dirt, you see a few strands of golden hair and arms, kind of like frozen stiff. He goes, I was looking around for roots that are deep in the snow, as I have been taught by Pumfra. Pumfra, she's the one that sells the cheese. Remember, that really ugly orc. She had taught me how to find in the frozen lands food, and her blessing of the cheese she would give me often. But as I was searching, I ran across these bodies, and I'm afraid I'll be accused of killing them by the locals, he says. So what do y'all do?
So, and I'm not accusing him in any way. I'm just curious. Is there any discernible proof that he can offer that he did not kill them? Just to rule him out.
Well, just right off what you know right now, well, he found the bodies, and he says he didn't do it at this point.
Yeah, but, I can also claim that I wrote the Bible.
So anyway, so
Things to say, but I am not with the group. Damn it.
he points to the bodies and goes, "There, those are the bodies I found."
I would like to.
He steps back and waits for y'all to investigate.
I would like to cast Zone of Truth. Exactly where he is standing.
Be sure to mark off your spells.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And ask him point blank, were these bodies dead when you found them?
Yes.
Hexa, from my hiding place nearby, I'm just strictly keeping an eye on the shade and being wary of anything he might do aggressive or sneaky.
Of course, an affected creature is aware of the spell and can avoid answering questions if he so desires, but he doesn't seem to avoid your questions.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, please. So I switch maps here real quick. Sorry, Blitz, you have to give me that 1 second. I was in the middle of talking.
Raphael, you have experience with bodies and healing and damage and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Could you check out the bodies and see?
Sure.
Yeah, he seems to be telling the truth to you.
So I'm going to use my medicine.
You do know that he succeeded on his saving throw against the spell. It's not affecting him. For that question, at least. But you just say, yeah, no, I would never kill anyone.
Ever? I'm sorry, I'm not there.
Have you ever killed anybody?
No.
I guess he doesn't do a saving throw for each question.
I don't know. So what are y'all doing?
I'm going to use my medicine knowledge to investigate the bodies.
All right, so you go down to investigate the bodies. Give me 1 second while I... So let's see here.
I'll assist
I would
him.
like to assist.
Okay.
So the bodies are half buried. Both are wearing the robes of the monks above. Each of the girls, you notice. Give me an investigation check, please.
Okay. Investigation. You want that public or private?
Actually, it's perception. I'm sorry.
Perception. All right.
Would I be able to assist?
You're in the middle of doing your spell and stuff, so cast. So go ahead and roll public.
I can assist with perception.
Sure. You have advantage.
All right. 20.
Let's see here. You easily see there's
Very perceptive.
there on the two girls' bodies. There's two of them here, by the way. There are no signs of struggle on them. They have the same pale, lifelike quality as Lyra did. You also notice each girl has a red paper rose in her hair.
Uh-oh.
I stop hiding and I come in. Wait, do I know that they've found this, or from where I'm at?
And each of the girls' stomachs are swollen, as if they were pregnant. And if you remember, what did he say to you?
Got her pregnant.
Yeah.
But only one person we know of does paper roses.
Yes, that's somebody who had a competitive
Bum, 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 bum.
and lost or won a loot from them. So he's sitting there patiently while y'all do this. Is there other questions you ask him?
I asked him about the rumors that he was seeing the lady back at the Abbey.
I know none of that. I avoid the town. Some know that I'm here, such as Puma. She made sure I had food and survived. But I avoided the town.
So you had said that if we came and saw the bodies, we would see how it couldn't have been you.
Well, yeah, yes. I don't have the ability to take life like that. I don't know what does. Y'all don't know what shades are. You've never heard of them before.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he's not just wearing sunglasses.
You know that they're susceptible to radiant, but that's about it.
Look, I found the bodies, like I said, when I was digging for roots. I didn't want to touch them, and I don't know what the significance of that is. And he points to the roses, but it's an ill omen, and I have enough problems as it is.
Do you know who these two are?
I don't.
Arkin, can you detect magic?
I was about to say I hate to sound like a broken record, but
Yeah. While Arkin does that,
Look. You can take me to the monastery for justice if you want. I'll submit to any prayer your party priest can devise. My conscience is clear of this. I will speak to the gods themselves if needed to prove my innocence.
I'm going to go ahead and come in from where I was hiding and join the rest of the group.
Okay. You see the bodies.
And the roses.
and me doing a ritual over them.
Noting the roses, I exclaim, "That bastard!"
So there were 3 bodies. What is the...
There's 2 bodies out here, and of course her body, Lyra, back at the...
Oh, I thought there were 3 graves in the woods.
No, 2.
And these are ladies wearing monks' robes?
They have the robes of the monastery.
Okay.
As far as y'all know, most devout individuals aren't all that promiscuous. But it seems...
As far as we know.
Yes.
So clearly the Abbey is missing 2 more of their members.
Can we tell how long these 2 have been out here?
Yes. Make a perception check. Make it public.
At least 6 months is my guess.
Yeah, you're not sure.
I mean, it could be years. There's just no way to know.
I rolled
24 hours and 24 months.
16.
Raphael, couldn't hear you. What'd you say, Nick? Well, after Raphael.
I said I rolled for the same information.
Okay, Nick?
I said they've been out here between 24 hours and 24 months.
Well,
yes, that's factually accurate.
Raphael, just from your own training as a cleric, they haven't been here for very long. Less than a couple months, probably. The frozen, the land out here as it's frozen would have preserved their bodies. Although their color and the color of their dead state is fascinating to you. You think they would have turned more? They would have decayed a little bit more, but not so.
You, Shade, when did you find them?
Um, a few days ago, about a week ago.
Okay. So they've been missing at least a week.
Yes.
Are there any like identifying features about them?
They're pregnant. They get the red rose in their hair, and they're wearing the clothing of the monastery monks.
Yes, but like them, like personally, like
They
color hair,
Marks, that kind of thing. Moles.
something that you could,
Tattoos.
like describe to the abbess and
Missing a limb.
no, their bodies are fairly well preserved. No signs of struggle or damage from combat or such. Does not look like they were, attacked and murdered. They're just dead, but their body have that same strange preserved porcelain-like look that Lyra had.
What color of hair do they have?
I don't know, red and black. How's that?
Okay, thank you.
red and black.
Didn't really say.
Do y'all think we should take these bodies to the abbess?
No, we should probably leave them. That way, if they want to investigate, they can. But we should probably take note of what they look like, their description: tall, short, thin, heavy, whatever, so we can describe them. Because apparently they belong to the monastery, but they're missing for at least a week. Imagine the
Is
abbess.
anybody else thinking
So-
this abbess sounds
so-
shadier by the minute?
So, Blix, you were talking about the bard earlier to your group,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, Royer, the bard. You mentioned him. Is he the one who does the flowers?
He is the one who does the flowers. What do you know of him?
I stay away from him. He's quite a he's quite the party boy with the women, but he might know something.
You can just say it. He's a libertine.
Indeed, he is. Mayhap he might know something. Perhaps he kind of stops talking.
Go on.
Perhaps he could shed some light on this.
I was like,
Where do you live?
Here in the woods. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
I go follow.
Okay, so Blix, the Shade, Rastic, and who else? Pandora and Nick.
Go.
All right, and
Looks like we're all
Arkin,
going.
Raphael.
I'll stay by the muscle.
Going.
All right, so all of you go. You leave the body and you take a short distance into the woods, and you see that he's created like he's like over the during
Oh,
those.
wait. I don't want to interrupt my casting. I'll stay there and continue my ritual.
Okay, does anybody stay with Arkin? No. Okay, so you make you.
Please?
I'll stay with Arkin.
Okay. So Raphael, Blix, and Nick go to investigate with Rastic. You see that he's created kind of like a traditional TP-like structure. He's managed to find cloth and other things and create a covering for the front of it. And he pulls it back, shows us that it's very, very basic on the inside. You can see he's got lots of roots, vegetables that he's found. He's managed to fish up some fish that are currently frozen and hanging up inside. And he's piled up various rugs and carpets and things. It looks like maybe he's taken a few of the things that they had left at the graveyard when they had finished their romantic moments. But he's managed to get it up to where he can keep warm at night. You see some remnants of a pot where he has coal in there so he could burn to keep himself warm in the evening in this cold weather.
okay. I tell him that thank you for the information and showing us the bodies. Definitely advise for him to stay safe and stay out here.
You can't leave me out here. I'm sure word is spreading. They will certainly they'll come for me. I wish to stay with you and your group. It's your weapons and equipment will surely keep me safe from the mobs.
You want to come with us?
Yes.
I look at the group and kind of gauge their reaction.
Blix?
Yes.
Raphael? You're with them, right?
Yes.
All right. I tell him he can come with us.
All right, hang on. I gotta get a Girl Scout cookie out real quick. Okay.
All right, so let's head back to Pandora.
All right. So Arkin, you're doing what now?
I'm hoping that my ritual casting of detect magic is complete now.
Sure.
And I'm really kind of, I mean, obviously it has the field, but I'm really kind of focusing in on the bodies and the shade if he's back. If he's not back, then no.
You finished your spell. You scan the bodies. There's no signs of magic here on their bodies. Right towards the end of your spell, your party members come back. You see the obvious signs of magic on your party members, and he radiates no magic whatsoever.
I'll relay to the group at this time that these bodies seem to have experienced the same thing Lyra did. There's no sign of magic used on them.
Okay.
Or no sign of magic on them now, I should say.
Yeah, I'm thinking poison.
Abyss.
Abyss. Mm-hmm. Let's go stab her with the pointy end.
Or
All
at
right.
least-
Wait,
Go ahead.
Mr. Shade. What's his name again?
Rastic.
Rastic.
There was a crow watching us earlier. Was that yours?
No, I've
Do you
never.
know anyone who uses one?
I've never seen a crow.
You've never seen a crow at all?
Kind of looked at you sideways a little bit, and he goes, "No, not like that." Shakes his.
I mean, like, since you've been here in this town.
No, I have not.
As we decide to make our way, if we do that anytime, I just want to go ahead and send Owly up and have him kind of floating above the tree line and just inspecting and have him do our special hoot hoot if he sees something.
Okay, so to get back to the abyss, you have to go through the town. Is there anything you wish to do in the town before you go to the abyss?
I would like to heal.
We're supposed to meet Drask at the inn.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right to the end, so Blix can get healed and we can get kind of situated and figure out what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Agreed.
Does anyone have any band-aids?
I have a potion.
Excuse me, Kata.
All right. You make your way back to the end. You go in, and you see. Well, one, you don't see Pilara, the Pilara Fresk, the barmaid. You don't see her here. She's gone, and you see the chef in the back struggling to keep pace with the orders and the drink requests and other things of that sort. He seems quite beside himself and a bit pissed off as he's running between the people, handing them food. And of course, up on stage, you see Roar, the bard, performing, and he's just finished handing off a red rose to a young lady. Winks at her, gives her a kiss on the cheek, and sits back down on his chair. Sees you, Blix, smiles, winks at you, and continues strumming up another song.
What does she look like?
The girl?
Yeah.
She's like she's not homely by any means. She's a nice girl. As she walks past you, seems very, very happy that she's gotten the red rose, and she kind of skips over to the back to the bar, smiles, shows another friend of hers, and they kind of giggle and talk. And obviously, she's it's obvious the conversation's like she's looking forward to having some fun this evening with him.
I would like to make note of what she looks like so I can keep an eye on her.
Sure, sure.
I'm gonna look to the cleric and say, would your studies in medicine be able to tell if someone was with child? I honestly don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Right.
Well, you're the closest to doctors in that time, so most likely yes, Raphael. But how long? It really depends on how far along they are, right? If it's really
Right, yeah.
early, if it's really early, it's hard to tell. You think, but you can relate that however you want, Raphael, to Arkin if you want.
Does she have that special glow?
I think if you're investigating something like this, it would be helpful to guide yourself. I know I'll be seeking your guidance in the future.
So what do you tell him, Raphael?
Yes, I can, depending on how far along they are.
Do you think it's worth giving it a shot?
Hmm. Who are we looking at? The woman that just got the rose?
Yes.
Sure.
I don't think she'd be glowing until tomorrow.
Well, I have a
Only if
suspicion that
tonight goes
maybe
right.
maybe he has repeat customers. It's not a large city.
So
Hey, Raphael.
to do such, Raphael,
Approximately how pregnant were the bodies out in the woods?
they were swollen. So make a let me look here real quick.
Pull on your.
Make a medicine check, please. Anybody wish to inspire or help or such?
I'll assist.
You need to be trained. You need to be trained in medicine,
Yep.
though.
I am proficient.
Well,
Okay.
not only did the abbess mention the missing girls, she didn't mention the pregnant girls.
So you, Raphael, they were well within 4-5 months, maybe. They were beginning to really show.
Yeah, they're starting to show, but they weren't like completely swollen and ready to pop yet.
That's such a medical term.
Medically
Pop.
put.
They're not ready to.
Not ready to download.
But the young lady by the bar, Raphael, if you want to know where she is, you'll need to at least go up to her and
Okay.
perhaps have a conversation with her. All right.
Maybe put your hands on her stomach and see what she does.
This is strictly
would,
this is strictly for science. Trust me.
I would encourage the cleric to guide himself on this endeavor.
Okay, what the hell? I'll cast guidance on myself.
All right.
It's such a utilitarian spell.
It is.
I'm so glad you have it.
You reach out and you pull forth your divine guidance. Your DT reaches down. Who is your DT again, Raphael?
Eun.
Right. Knowledge spills across you as you approach the young lady who is swooning about the bard, who's now singing a very song, obviously directed towards her. Her name is Rachel, by the way. And you approach. They stop. And, oh, Father! And she kind of nods and she goes, "I'm so happy that I can at least do some good to the monastery. After all, I mean, Prufa tells us that we should be, following the ways of those of the Grand Harvester, and be fruitful." She smiles when she sees you.
Are you a sister of the Abbey?
Not Prufa, I'm sorry. It would be Palara, the barmaid. No, I'm here with the, I came here with pilgrims some time ago, but I ended up settling here. I don't yet have a husband, but Palara tells me that shit doesn't matter. in the eyes of the harvest master and the mother, and she kind of praises the mother. You know, it is to be honored to show love to one another.
Need
Indeed.
to have a conversation with
Have
the
you-
barmaid.
And have you seen the fruits of this love yet?
She kind of blushes and puts her head down a little bit, and you see some red form on her cheeks. Just no, not yet. But I have been flirting.
Been flirting?
Yes,
Flirting?
and she's spinning the rose in her hands a little bit.
Uh,
You can easily tell if she is by no means showing. If she's pregnant, you can't tell. And based on her behavior, she's very much shy, a bit embarrassed by this conversation, but wants to do good by the religion as she's been told by those around her who are in the religion. And of course, the barmaid seems to have encouraged this behavior. Of course, she is quite the matchmaker, the young lady says. She's helped many find their love.
I lean over to Blix and I say, "Do you think the bard and the abbess are in cahoots?"
I do think they're in cahoots. Also, I like the word cahoots.
do you think they're cahooty?
The abbess, the bard, and the barmaid.
I'll walk into a bar.
The fourth one ducks.
And her friend with her, they both kind of giggled a bit and laughed. And goes, "Yeah, indeed. You see, and Celia were both very fortunate in the favor of the goddess, and they kind of point to the bard. They did receive his gift.
And where are they now?
Okay, I figure they were back at the monastery. I haven't seen them in some time.
What were their names?
They often secrete themselves into the monastery for their studies, but they were here for some time, a week ago or so.
What did you say their names were?
Hesia, Gilfoy, and Celia Sinlone. I can't pronounce it. Hesia. Hesia. Gilfoy. Gillifoy. And Celia Sinlone. Cliasenlon.
My brain heard 6.
So you said they were blessed?
Yes, they were expecting.
When were they due?
I don't know exactly, but they were nearing. That occurred before but they were quite ready before I arrived. I mean, I'm sure they must have been only a short time away. Perhaps they've given birth, and that's why they've been. Yes, they both kind of talk about, "Oh my God, what color would that hair be?" And they both look at the bard. Perhaps his color. I don't know. And they start talking about the hair and baby look features and things like. What would a baby of the bard look like? And oh my God,
Hideous.
Another baby of any bard or anyone else, just angry and mean.
I'll ask, were any of these women raven-haired or cinder-haired?
Oh, so you walk over there and ask these girls that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you come walking up, and what do you look like again?
So that's me casting a spell in my profile picture.
Yeah. So you have that very
Blue.
ice. You're blue, right?
No, I'm just look pretty standard, homely, a little bit like he's maybe had a little too much to eat, but not yet. And just kind of unassuming, a little bit short.
Hey, you come walking up, and they kind of see you approaching, and they both stop and kind of look at you and look back to themselves and continue their conversation.
Okay, yeah. Also a little bit unattractive and kind of awkward, so
Yes.
I would just walk away at that point.
Awkward.
Sorry. You can try
that's
to
fine.
you can try to enforce your will if you want, but
No, I'm gonna stick to my character.
they kind of give you that cheerleader kind of look and went back about their way.
I'm just gonna hang my head and walk back to the group.
Oh my God.
And,
Wah, wah.
wah, wah.
I feel so bad now.
No. It's roleplay. And I forgot what I was even gonna ask them. I'm gonna tell the group. I think we should ask them this, but
And your hair.
I'm scared of them.
The hair.
Hair. I think we should inquire about the hair. But
I go and ask him about the hair.
So you walk up at a little goblin you are, and they both kind of go. They look at you and go, "Oh, what happened to you?"
Born lucky. What happened to you?
They kind of look at you. Nothing. And then that's about the time the chef comes walking up. Do y'all need drinks? And the two girls go, "Oh,
Yes.
we're fine." And he looks at you, blinks,
I would like an ale.
puts his hand out, silver,
I give him a silver.
and he walks
I
away.
deduct it from my.
So he walks away, and the two girls have gone back to the conversation, not paying attention to you.
So these
Raphael,
two
are you
friends-
still there, Raphael?
Yes.
Okay.
So these two blessed friends of yours were either of them? Did they have dark hair or red hair?
I think one of them had kind of a dirty blonde, if you will, and Celia always kept hers wrapped like in a turban. I never really saw her hair. Yeah, did you? No, I never did. No, I didn't either. No.
Interesting. I go back and tell Arkin that.
Oh, wait!
Thank you,
Your
little-
beer, your ale! He says to you. He shouts out as you come on. He puts it between the two girls who look at it.
I take my ale and I go take it,
So you-
carry it back to Arkin.
So you kind of have to go next to the bar, climb up on a little stool step thing they have, grab that, and reach up and you grab it, pull it back down, and the girl's knees are like right here where your head is when you pull the L down. Yeah, exactly. Turn around and you head off. They look kind of like disturbed by you because, well, you're certainly not as attractive as they think you should be.
I'm used to it.
Yeah. And you tell Arkin that you're discovering?
Yes.
Thank you, little one. Those ladies were intimidating.
You're welcome, tall one.
That's funny because I'm
I know.
actually a pretty short human.
I know.
She's a goblin.
Yeah,
I'm like 3 feet tall, so
it
So
just
Raph-
made me happy.
So
I'm back.
Raphael, the two girls suddenly stop and they kind of look at you like, yes.
Yes. Forgive the impertinence here, but when was the last time you might have been fertilized?
They go, that's none of your business.
Well, we're operating on a theory here that your life might be in danger.
Oh, they stand up and they go, they seem kind of a bit disturbed, not quite sure what to do, and they scuttle away from you and make their way towards the door to leave. Do you
I
stop
look
them,
around the bar and
or you let them go, Raphael?
I can't force them to stay safe, so.
All right.
On the other hand, if I shoo them away from the bar, then maybe they'll stay alive. So,
all right.
here's hoping.
So
I look around the bar and see if I see Drask.
you do not. About this time, the bard finishes his number. Some of the, you hear a kind of a haphazard clapping from the crowd. Most of them who are here are into the drink, and he's just a passing, ambiance in the background. And he kind of like, yeah, thank you very much for your 5 copper. And he stands up and puts his loot back into his protective satchel that he has, case that he has, and begins buttoning that up and putting things aside. He knows he's got a rose stuck in his ear. He kind of scans the room over, sees y'all, looks at Pandora and goes, And then he starts walking off the stage, away from your group.
Wait, what kind of look did he give me?
Kind of like, maybe, yeah, probably not. Then goes sit at a table.
He was looking for the pussy.
Literally.
Found a 6'10" one.
Exactly.
Might smother you. Okay. So yeah, he sits at a table, and he after a moment he gets frustrated. He goes over to the bar himself and pours his own drink, and makes his way back to his table.
Might be a bit too furry for him.
So what do y'all do?
I go up to him and ask him if he paid for that drink.
Oh, it's part of my agreement with the inn. I have a few drinks at night. They don't mind. And he looks around. He goes, huh? Where is Laura anyway? I'm looking around. Or
I don't know. I haven't seen her since we got here.
yeah, weird. How's your investigations going anyway?
They've been interesting. How's your little
sure-
act been going?
He kind of, he's got the little mug, right? He opens his case, and you can see he's got his loot in there. And he opens a little side pocket inside the case. And in there, you can see there's some coin in there. There's also several red roses that he's folded, like, you know, origami kind of style. He puts a few copper pieces in there, and he looks, 5, 8 copper pieces worth. Not that good. But, oh, and they've left. Well, the benefits have left already, so perhaps another night.
Can I ask you a couple more questions?
Oh, have a seat. Would you like a drink? I'll get you a drink.
No.
I'm a. Oh, please let me get you a drink. What do you like?
Usually milk.
Oh, very well. He hops up, goes over to the bar, looks around, kind of perplexed for a minute, and he comes back with a drink. He goes, "It's not milk. It's more like a cream with some alcohol, and it has a very coffee-like flavor to it." And he puts it in front of you.
Thank you. I don't sip it.
And he sits down. And he kind of puts his hands together like that, and he just kind of looks dreamingly at you.
So how long have you been?
You
in
are
this
so
town?
pretty. Where are you from exactly? He says.
He's already been pussy whipped.
I'm from here and there. Where are
Well,
you from?
do you travel a lot? Do you?
I do. Where are you from?
Oh, I've been all about. My family was originally gypsies, so I really don't know where I was born, but I've been all about the Empire and, well, Zorhas and, well, the Menagerie Coast, and I've had opportunity to be with some pirates out on the seas, and he starts going into this long exposition of his adventures.
So what brings
Give
you
me
here?
an insight check real quick.
Okay.
You can make it public.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, he has had an amazing, adventurous life. I mean, it's insane. He's fought a kraken on the open seas. He's intimidated a dragon in a duel of wits and a duel of bardic inspiration. He was able to outwit the dragon with sonnets and eventually,
Basically, Forrest Gump.
yes.
Fantastic. That
Exactly.
Sounds so exciting.
Well, honestly, he is quite the charming guy. And before you know it, he's actually handed you a red rose, and he goes, "I only give those to those prettiest ladies in the realms." And you do realize the girls you found these on have all been very beautiful young ladies.
Point of order, he gave me a rose when I first arrived.
Well, you know, there's a bit of a grudge there, so.
Yeah.
And he likes exotic too. What can I say?
So with all of these adventures, what brings you to Huthduth?
Oh, well, I came here to relax. To be honest with you, I ran into a little bit of trouble in the Empire. Yeah, right when things were getting well, I got a little greedy, and I was gambling with a merchant. I'm sorry, a noble, and I palmed a card, got caught at it. So I needed to come here, far away, to avoid the wrath of nobles. They are quite a. I mean, really, 500 gold. He wouldn't have missed it at all. Because well, he still doesn't miss it. I'm sure of it. And smiles. You like shiny things, hmm?
I do like shiny things.
Oh, we've lost Pandy.
And he pulls out this really thin sheet of paper from his case, and on one side it's as white as can be. He turns it over, and it's got this shiny golden flake on it. And he goes, "This is a gold sheet of paper. It's been, well, here, let me fold you something. What would you like, a rose or something else? I can do a cat if you like.
That'd be cute.
So he begins
A shiny
fol-
cat.
he begins folding the paper with origami-like style quickly. Before he's finished, before you is a cat, in a very proud kind of head up, ears poked, tail out kind of a stance. He puts it in front of you and it stands on all fours.
Ooh.
And then he
Damn
goes,
charisma.
and then he goes, and watch this. And he quickly enchants it with a minor spell, and it begins walking across the table, turns around, and it comes up against your arm and rubs against your fur and begins to purr.
We've lost Pandora for sure now.
Back across the room. Back across the room. What do y'all do? Y'all watch Pandora over there just enthralled by this individual.
I'm
I'm
not gonna
gonna-
try to get between her and that cat. No.
Pick
I'm
it
gonna.
up like this and walk off.
Hi. Who dat?
What are you going to do, Arkin?
I'm gonna cast Shapoopy.
What
That's
the
what
fuck
I've
is that?
decided. It's
Evie.
Prestidigitation.
Thank you.
Shaboopy.
I'm gonna cast Shapoopy because
Huh?
the Music Man. Why not?
Please, can we call it that from now on?
And I'm gonna make the sound of kittens purring happening right beside me, hoping to distract Pandora.
Right. So, Pandora, you're amazed. I mean, are you amazed by this?
Yes.
Okay. And not only that, now you hear cats purring all throughout the room. He is truly blessed with skill. You
Damn
can see why these women. You can see why these women have fallen for him. And he reaches out with a hand to take one of your fur paws. He goes, "May I?"
I just accidentally wingmanned.
While this is going on, I'm just watching him, I'm paying very close attention to what he's doing.
He goes, "May I?" He holds his hand out to look at he goes, "May I see your hands, your paws?" He takes one of them and turns it up, and he kind of looks at the bottom of it. And he goes, I swear, give me a second.
I win. That's awesome. It's like lima beans. Her hand.
If lima beans were black.
Having fun.
Oh yeah.
Is that for real her meowing?
No, that's Raph.
No, I know, but is that Raph's cat meowing or are you doing it, Raph?
No,
No,
that's
he's doing
actually
it.
me.
Okay, I figured. But I
He's
was
got
like,
too much of a raspy meow for something like that.
Yeah. She's a Turkish Angora, so her meow is.
well, she's beautiful.
Thank you.
Sorry, I got distracted by a kitty.
You and the
Me
bard
too.
both. Everybody's about the pussy tonight.
He kind
When are
of
they
looks at
not?
your hand, and he then reaches down into his pocket, and he moves his hand around inside the pocket for a second, and he pulls out a card. And on one side, you can see what appears these strange mystic symbols on. You can't quite make them out. And then he puts it on the table as he's looking at your paw, and he goes, upright. You have intuitive opportunities before you, creative possibilities. You have an insatiable curiosity.
Mhm.
And he reaches into his pocket again, moves his hand around, and he goes, "That is your past. But what is your future?" He says to himself.
Bow, chick, bow,
Bow,
bow.
Nailed it.
Can he give
Literally.
you a magical tattoo though?
What do we have here? He has another card, and he turns it up, and it's reversed, upside down, basically. He goes, this is your future. It seems you'll dwell on the past of your life. Mistakes you've made, perhaps? Forgiveness? There seems to be a lack of playfulness in your life. The card itself that he shows you
Sorry.
It's very ominous.
That
Looks
was
like
dramatic.
this. You see what appears to be like a sickly man in the bed with a ghostly shape over it. And then he reaches one more time into his pocket and he goes, "What is your present, I wonder?" He goes, "The charlatan." He kind of looks at you. Do you think you're being scammed? And he takes the 3 cards, quickly puts them back into his pocket.
I mean, everybody has their own motives.
Indeed. He goes, you don't strike me as my type. How can I help you? He leans back now. And the origami cat is still moving around, scratching against you. One of its hind legs is now scratching inside of its head a little bit.
Did he man spread when he leaned back?
Yes, he did. The whole legs and the...
What race is he? Is he human?
He's a bastard.
Let me look him up real quick.
But like an orc bastard, a goblin bastard, a human.
Oh,
No,
no.
he's his own breed of bastard.
We know that he has a magic lute.
And magic hands.
And I want that loot.
He is
I've taken one loot off him, I'm gonna take another.
he is a striking half elf. He's kind of got that who's that famous movie star who was known for that kind of midday unshaven kind of look, but it was always coiffed and perfect kind of... God, what was his name?
Okay, there's like a million of them.
Yeah,
Eric
but
Skarsgård.
huh?
Eric Skarsgård.
Possibly, but he has that
Lori.
rough look about him, you know. But obviously, he takes the time to make sure it's well groomed. His hair,
Milo be something.
his hair, while slightly greasy, is well coiffed and shaped, and it's got some curls that kind of curl down a little bit. His clothing, while it's worn because you know these are hard lands, it is nice clothing. But you can tell that obviously time has worn on him because his shoes are showing a little more wear than they probably should.
Zachary Quinto.
Wait, I've got the answer.
All right,
to
I'm
this.
done.
No, it's a common actor, and you all know who he is. And
There you go. It's in the Facebook chat. Sorry, that was a little before Chris's time.
Loaded for me.
Who is that?
Don Johnson. That's
yeah,
from Miami
Miami
Vice.
Vice. Oh my God.
Is that who you were thinking of?
No, but it's
Okay.
good enough.
No, that's not who
Good enough.
anybody's thinking of ever.
But that's the general idea, you know. It kind of
I like it.
yeah. But yeah, his use of the tarot arts kind of caught you off a little bit of like not off guard, but certainly weren't what you were expecting. He looks back at you. He kind of looks at you, and his glance kind of slides over to your friends, and he goes, "How are your investigations going?"
Fine.
He puts his 2 elbows on the table now, and he's let go of your paw, obviously, and he kind of leans forward and a little bit, and he goes, and he kind of reaches down, and the cat jumps on his hand, and he kind of holds his hand up like this, like a platform, and it kind of moves around it as he's watching it. And he goes, 2 of my friends I haven't seen in a while. I'm really concerned about them.
What were their names?
Isa and Scylla. They were very excited, both of the monastery. What can I say? I've been fortunate. Pilera, she tells me that you know their religion, and how she knows I don't know, don't frown upon being of a fruitful, if you will. I've been fortunate. And then he kind of leans back and he goes, if you're ever looking for a warm night, while I'm not furry, I do have benefits. He says
What
to
are
you.
those benefits?
He kind of leans forward and he goes, companionship, warmth, pleasure.
I kind of run my claws through the hair on top of my head to show my tattoo.
What's your tattoo like?
It's the Eldritch Claw that comes down
Oh yeah,
over my scalp like that.
That's right. And you're wanting this to be intimidating or kind of teasing, like?
Kind of teasing.
Sexy.
Like, what other kind of benefits can you provide?
I don't know. I've never had the opportunity to be with a Tabaxian. What are your interests? Back to the other group now. What do y'all talk about? What do y'all do?
I'm gonna turn off the cats. Clearly, that was not a good choice.
Right. All right.
And I'm just gonna order a water and sit and contemplate on the occurrences of the day, and knowing that we still need to find mercenary what's his face, and just see if I come up with any ideas as everyone else does their thing.
As you're sitting there talking and chatting, you notice a few people have kind of looked at your table with Rastic there. Don't forget you have, you see Rastic there. He's been with y'all this whole time. The shade, and like I said, he seems to have these vapors that kind of come off his body, so he doesn't quite fit with the regular crowd. A few people have left and kind of like stared at y'all's table when they have left. And you'll begin hearing some voices outside calling out. And the door opens up and a cold breeze blows in, blowing the cat off the hand onto the table. And it becomes an unanimated golden cat. And everybody kind of
more kitten sounds.
Everybody looks in that direction as the door opens up, and you see a few men at arms at the door scanning the room. And one of them goes, "You," points to Rastic, and you hear some other people outside also. "You're the one responsible." And looks at the group and says to you, Bring him now to the abyss. He must face justice."
No, I don't think so.
You don't recognize this individual, and you say you don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Under whose authority?
Give me a second.
As all this happens, I'm gonna try to just kind of slip behind some other customers and hide a little bit.
He goes, just give us a shade. We'll take care of these matters. Justice will be dealt with here quickly and swiftly. Ras goes, I surrender to you, not them. I will gladly go see, he says, he shouts out, I will gladly go see the abbess herself, but not without my friends. He kind of looks at y'all hesitantly when he says that.
Yes, he's under our protection.
Being sad that I couldn't hide.
And the man at the door goes, "You'll die just the same, including those who harbor you."
Really? Want to bet?
His eyes get kind of big for a second when you say that.
I stand up and kind of puff up into my fierce cat.
I juggle aggressively.
You puff up and you hear from Roy. He goes, my. And then back at the door, the locals go, "Despite what you think, we are the honored guard of the Abbey. Release him now to us."
Despite my usual demeanor, feeling scared and defenseless, I'm gonna use my staff of defense to cast mage armor on myself.
Okay. So
sorry, party.
We will go with you, but not under arrest. And he's with us.
So
and also, I'm not quite done, so not right now.
Yeah, we'll go in a bit. I've still got my ale to drink.
And they all look at each other real quick. So you see these four men move in, and then several townsfolk move in behind them with torches. Outside, the ones who come inside and hand them off to people outside, bringing torches inside. Not advisable. And so about a party of 6, and there's probably more outside who seem quite disgruntled. And that's when the chef comes over and goes, "Perhaps you should leave. We can't afford to lose the bar to this," he says. Go see the abbess. She's fair."
Well, we were going to go see her anyway, weren't we?
Yes.
I'm
But
okay
I-
with taking this outside.
I draw my rapier and I say, yes, we will go see the abbess.
They look down at you for a moment. Okay.
As soon as she says that, I will have stomped my staff to cast Mage Armor on myself and do it right beside her
All
as
right.
like a intimidation tactic.
Sure. So
Nice.
you're like, when your sack goes, when your skin goes, it's this like pattern of folding little geometric shapes go across your skin suddenly and then they disappear. And you hear like almost like a crisp sound, like across the air as your magic affects you. Several of the people outside step back, fearful of magic itself.
I'm gonna look over at Roy and be like, "I'll be back for you."
And he's like, nods his head excitedly, obviously, as y'all make your way outside towards the abbey.
Making sure to keep Rasik in the center of us.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Rasik and me in the center?
Oh, Arkin. No.
Okay, I'll be.
Squish
I'm
boy
protected
don't
right
want to
now.
be Squish boy.
What was that, Raphael?
I said Squish boy don't want to be Squish boy.
No, I'm used to not being so squishy.
Not that squishy.
So who's in the front?
Little just squishy.
Nick.
I'll be in the front.
I'll be
I will-
between Nick and Pandora.
I'm going to bring up the rear.
Heard that about you.
Word gets around.
Hey, I didn't know that. Okay. All right. So we have Nick, and then who?
Arkham.
Arkham.
Nick, then Arkin, then Pandora, and I
Well-
don't know after that.
Well, we have Rask in here. Rask wants to be kind of in the middle also. So
Oh, are we in a line?
No,
well,
we're not in a line.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the front next to Nick, and that way it's 2 by 2.
All
So
right.
Nick in front, Rask behind him, Pandora to the right of Rask, Raphael to the left of Rask, and
Blix in the
behind
rear.
Rask, and then Arkin kind of hovering between Nick and Pandora.
Yeah,
Can
that.
you arrange the icons on the map that way?
I'm working on it. So we have Nick in the front, Pandora behind him,
Here.
then Arkin, then Raphael, then we have Blix and Rastic. I think it's everybody, right? Yeah. All right.
So we're sort of surrounding Rastic.
I got it.
I just want to be close to the muscle.
All right. 1 second.
I'm not as sneaky as the little one.
You flatter me.
I'm actually pretty sneaky, though. We should sneak off somewhere sometime.
Yeah,
Meow.
I'm down. Oh.
Proficient in everything.
All right, your map-
Hello,
your-
nurse.
Your map should be loading. Hopefully. Seems to be
Yeah.
taking its time.
Working on it.
Thinking.
Boom. Well, you have to depend on my upload speed, so I should have clicked preload a little while ago.
I see it.
Nick, I presume you have some kind of torch going.
Nick always
I mean,
has
if you're going to be
torch going.
intimidating, I can light my sword on fire.
Can we rearrange a little bit? Because I really
You can move yourselves
am
around.
more like, I'm back here.
You can move yourself
kinda
out.
wanna flip.
You can move yourselves around.
and then let's bring, yeah, and then bring Nick back and make a nice tight circle. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I'm gonna move back just a smidge before we go forward.
Yeah, get between you, me, and Pandy. There you go.
Yeah.
We got your back.
Thanks, girl.
I'm going to get you.
I'ma get you. I'ma get you.
Okay, so you're making your way down, up into the abbey itself, down the road through the various buildings, and up ahead of you as you're making your way to it, you see what appear to be two of the town's or the abbey's guards kind of come out and face off, and then there's a crowd bearing torches behind y'all. Why is he not rotating? And you see your good friend Durask kind of come out in front of the side between the two guards himself as you're approaching. Well, I say good friend, you know, the fellow you talked to earlier.
That guy.
Had
who
a
was
few
here before.
encounters.
Yeah,
We're
a few
almost friends.
as he sees you approaching. 1 second. Drask holds your hands up, holds his hand up, and he goes, "Come no further." His voice is slightly off, you notice. He goes, "Are you here to surrender?"
No, we're here to talk.
Put your weapons aside and you may enter the abbey.
No. They can come out here if they don't want to, you know.
What exactly is wrong with Drask's voice?
You can make an insight check if you like.
Not very insightful, but sure, I'm curious.
You are very insightful.
He seems kind of far away, if you will. Not himself. Very emotionless, you think. He goes. He looks at his friends, and for a moment he kind of looks at two guards with him, and he kind of looks down for a moment, and then he kind of looks up, and then he looks back down at you, and he goes, "You may enter," and they step aside, allowing y'all to go in, if you so desire.
That's not at all creepy.
Nope.
All right, let's go in. Let's go fuck some shit up. I'm feeling scrappy tonight, folks.
Is it murder hobo time yet?
So what do y'all wish to do?
Go in.
Yeah, let's go in.
All right.
I'm
Agreed.
still puffy.
I'm
I want
going.
that loot.
Bow, bow.
I'll get it for you. I got plans. I'm gonna brown chicken, brown cow that loot out of his hands.
All right. So Drask kind of steps forward. He opens the door for y'all and points you inward. The abbess will see you.
The abbess has murdered everybody.
That's it. Murder hobo. Let's go. Fuck yeah.
As you look inside the chapel, you see a horrible scene. Bodies splayed out on the floor just from the entrance itself. The dimly lit sanctuary is a vision of utter nightmarish scenes. The groaning and broken bodies of dozens of pilgrims cover the floor. Blood is splattered about. A handful of monks, dead-eyed, pace the sanctuary and lash out with cudgels to deal killing blows to the pilgrims that are still barely alive. They all seem beyond themselves. And atop the very end of the chapel, of the dais, where the high harvester is surrounded by three figures: the abbess, the barmaid, and the orc.
Hi.
Well, we knew something was off about the cheese.
The fuck?
So you may position yourselves outside. I'm sure your order slightly shifted as you moved up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
I
fine
would
where I
definitely
am.
not be right up front.
Yeah, no, yeah. Step to the
Hey,
rear.
Arkin, how about you keep an eye on our shade friend there?
Get the shade friend go somewhere else.
I'll do what I can, but also try to be helpful.
I
Mhm.
shift into my werewolf form. And I turn back to the shade and tell him to run.
And he does.
Since
I
I
was
will not
thinking
be
that
able to
one.
defend him very well.
But it wasn't it nice for just a moment that we thought you could?
I appreciate y'all for having faith in me.
I'll have utmost faith. You can do it. You can do the thing.
I'm going to go ahead and shift into hybrid tiger form.
Mm-hmm.
As this seems
What?
like more of a fight than previous ones. So
I think I might need to refresh. Something just happened. I'm alone.
Never alone.
You
Wait,
disappeared from my screen.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't see.
I clicked on the thing and now I'm alone with Drask and 2 guards and there's a crow flying overhead and there's what? What fucking happened?
What happened?
I don't know.
Ah!
Pandy! Pandy, what happened? You're standing on Drask.
Hold on. Gotta zoom in.
I don't see you on Drask or anything. Right. Huh, weird. Anyway, I'll bring you back to the map.
No, we like it here. There's fewer dead bodies.
Where are
I
you?
stepped on a book.
We're outside the Abbey. Wait a minute. I'm gonna messenger you a picture if I can get one. Oh, I can't get one.
Well, I don't know where you are.
I'm
Yeah, just bring us back. Bring us back.
You listen. It's the Abbey with no dead bodies.
Ping
Says
the
New Church Holy Dark.
New church.
Where do you see that?
Ping the map
Oh.
with your mouse. You know, Control X or Shift X. What it is?
I am here.
Yeah, I don't see you. I don't know where you
no,
are.
That white unknown book icon in front of the steps.
In the middle of the hallway.
We clicked on that and it took us to a different Abbey map.
Yeah, I don't know where you are.
Same location, but with nobody on it.
That's the wrong map.
This is so cute.
All right. So anyway, I don't know where you are.
I see the
What?
crow. I see the crow.
Oh, Nick. Did we just come back? No, now there's 2 Drasks.
Hey, give me a second here while I figure shit out here real quick.
I am so sorry. I didn't mean to break it.
I don't know what you did. Give me a second.
Clicked on the book.
And no, I haven't been around long, but typical Blix.
Look, it's just us magic users on the outside now. We're not click on the door.
Yeah, don't click on the book, please. I don't know what you're all doing, and I can't seem to figure out why it's doing what it's doing. I can't even move it, so I have no idea.
Is there a way to bring us back and then we just promise not to click on the book?
I see Raphael,
nothing.
and I see...
But now I'm alone.
It's clearly a door icon.
Is it a door? Oh, yeah, the book has disappeared from this map.
Yeah, I don't know where you were at. But anyway, hang on one second.
We found a door to hell.
I have Blix. Who's missing? I have Raphael, and I have Arkin. Who else is missing?
The rest of us are in this unknown place.
Pandora and...
Nick and Blix.
Where's Nick?
In the unknown.
Nick is here.
Yeah, one second. For some reason, I can't seem to get that bookmark to...
We promise never to touch it again.
Well, Nick just went away again.
Nick!
Nick is standing on top
Stop
of...
clicking the book.
I'm not clicking on
There's
it.
2 Nicks. But I was say there was a Nick standing on top of...
The book
I just
showed up.
moved.
Oh no, it disappeared.
Folks, I'm moving. Just be patient.
we're just So
Or-
sorry.
Yeah, our bad.
No, it's fine. I thought I disabled that, and it's a teleporter thing, and yeah.
Don't kill us.
He's no red dragon.
You should all be on the same map now. If you're not, I don't know.
I'm gonna refresh.
Yeah, I'm gonna try refreshing.
Well,
Same.
Hexa did say that Hex and Y to TPK tonight, so
No,
not
Oh
emotionally
no,
take
Raphael, stop it.
Don't poke the DM. I will cut you.
And not in a sexy good way.
In a way you will not enjoy.
damn it, I was so looking forward to getting pegged down a notch tonight.
Okay, so we have at the door, I have Blix.
I'm still loading, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm reloading.
Me too.
Nimrod, why did you make me click on the thing?
Percy was reading my work emails earlier today.
Don't. I was trying to spill my Coke.
Okay.
Rude.
Mm-hmm. You know what I need?
What?
Both bow. This
Are
might not be
are you
the
all
time to
loaded
bring
now?
that.
Not yet.
I got the
No, I'm
church,
stuck.
people.
I'm still on the gray desktop screen trying to load. I
We're being
think that's
Abbey
a
Church.
So much for getting you to an exciting intro to a battle.
Dang it.
too exciting.
And I'm back at the bloodbath.
I am closing my browser and starting over.
I have G, N, P, and R.
No B.
So I should
No
have
A.
I should have Nick.
Yeah.
I have the Game Master. I have Pandora, and I have Raphael.
Oh, I think I'm coming on board.
Arkin just came in.
And I have Arkin.
Stop refreshing it. Just let it ride.
I just closed out the browser entirely and went back into Foundry.
Yeah, I did the same first.
Let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. Never-
Sometimes I forget how country I am until I use those turns of phrase.
I never forget.
So, as y'all are loading,
You've been there.
Yeah.
the abbess who's like standing on the back of the altar with the harvest master on the altar itself. She's got her hands on top of him, and she kind of leans forward a bit with her cleavage kind of spilling out, her hair kind of suddenly coming out of the hood she has, you know, the abbess hood I mentioned earlier. She kind of leans forward and she goes, "You're either fools or very lucky, but nonetheless, we are done here. We have what we need. You shall all die, regardless of that."
Want to bet?
What happened?
What?
Row.
I asked the abbess, what happened?
Oh, anyway, so the monks, the monks in the various areas kind of moving around the abbey, they all kind of turn and look in your direction and kind of go, you see long things come from their from the mouths as they do this. 1 second.
Oh, motherfucker.
Two of them
You said you had
are by the chairs or by the pews. The robes kind of fall aside, and their hands are bloody because they've been using cudgels against people, and they kind of look in your direction, and a very vacant look in their eyes. That same pale, vampiric skin they have about themselves as it suddenly dawns on you, the color and the pallor of the dead victims. And then the abbess and the other two women here, their bodies begin to twitch and blood kind of begins spewing out around their necks. And you hear this slurping noise and the head strain as you hear this horrible like ripping of flesh and tendons, and the heads seem to like stretching their necks, getting longer and longer as from the torsos of their bodies, and blood begins spurting out as the flesh itself rips around the neck, and the arms begin vibrating like they're losing control of themselves as they're severed from the spine. And then you hear a slurping noise, and suddenly out of the neck you see the tendrils go out of the neck, and they grab a hold of the shoulders and begin pushing the head further up, and you see what appears like the spine separated from the body, and blood spurts out and flows across the ground on all about them, just coating vast amounts of blood all about them. And then the heads pull away from the body even further as these tendrils from the neck begin pushing away, and you hear this loud slurping sound as if this pressure inside the body within the neck itself is like, and then that bursts and pops. Blood again erupts out, and the arms of the tendrils stretch out suddenly as the head pulls away from the torso. And you see coming from the inside of the bodies, you see the heart, the lungs, the intestines, and other parts of the body pull away from the inside of the body, and the bodies quiver violently for a moment, and blood is just like gushing out. And they fall to the ground. As each body falls, you see these horrid shapes floating in the air now with these like tendrils moving around in the lower parts of the body. The intestines and the internals of the stomach, and the lungs, the kidneys, the spine, all hanging from the body, and blood drips onto the ground.
What the actual fuck?
Pandora throws up in the corner.
I run forward with my sword and start killing things.
Murder hobo on! Let's go, stabby stab.
I'm just gonna look at the group and say, no restraint.
Fuck that.
Nope.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. What exactly is restraint?
I'm glad
It might
we're
be
on
a
the
good
same
idea.
page.
How would I know?
I'm glad we're on the same page.
So let me
It's
see
that
here.
thing I try to make you do.
Well,
me
you
one-
said we weren't going to talk about that.
Only on Thursdays.
But can we keep playing until this battle's over?
I've got time.
I've got time. Hexa might have to work in the morning.
Let's see here. Of
Hexa-
course,
it's
course.
the
I-
hardest thing for Hexa, so I think we should respect her wishes.
All right. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Of course not. Give me 1 second here.
I got it back to yawning. Stop.
Just curious, were y'all like, yes, when I said no restraint?
Yes, no restraint.
Okay, cute.
And all that.
What? What are these?
Try not to get too close to anything.
Not a problem.
Because
Why
I
not too
so
close?
want to be.
Testing.
Or go for the outliers. Leave groups to me.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to send you a link. And I'll send it in chat of the game itself. You can click on that link to kind of get an idea of what these things look like. It's far more gory than this picture. It's like this picture's way too clean, but you'll get an idea. You should think of a Call of Cthulhu or a horror flick, Werewolf in London kind of American Werewolf in London. That
I
weird
was kind of
animated.
thinking The Thing,
Yeah.
like when the head sprout the spider legs and
That's exactly what I was thinking.
right? Yeah.
I have it in the player's chat.
Yeah, in the game's chat.
When I closed my browser.
Have you not gotten reloaded yet?
Oh no, I mean, when my browser, I closed my Facebook chat, so I hadn't seen that. Oh yes, exactly that.
All right. So,
Roll for initiative.
You think?
Yeah, I think we're fight. You're gonna have to kill some things.
I hate to say this, but I can't see everybody still. But I reloaded.
I think it's all grayed out.
Okay, I just.
Give me
I'll
a
shut
second
up.
here. So I'll look real quick. Okay. So Blix, you have vision, right?
I do have vision.
Raphael, you have vision?
Yes.
Nick?
My sword's on fire. I'm a werewolf.
Okay, you have vision?
I do.
And Arkin, can you see people yet?
I will stick within range of Nick.
Are you able to see though in the map now?
Yes, I am able to see
Do
everyone.
you
on the
do you
map,
have
and
dark
thank-
vision, Arkin?
I do not, unless I look through Owlie's eyes.
Okay. And then Pandora, can you see?
Yes.
All right. Okay, go to the fists in the game and roll your initiative. Arkin, you have not. Nick, you have not. Raphael, you have not.
Lex and I were on it.
All right.
And actually, I would like to grab onto Pandy instead of Nick, if that's okay.
However you want to do it. You can do it on your turn. I gotta use the restroom really, really quick. So, like a 1 minute break, and I'll be right back.
Can we make it a 2-minute?
If you must.
Thank you.
I keep latching onto Nick and forgetting that he's very melee.
Yeah.
Pandy's a little more distance.
Yeah, I get up close and personal and things.
But if I can ever offer my services, just let me know.
So you said you were more like crowd control or explosive or
A little more blasty. I did not go fire. I went ice and lightning.
okay.
So it's a little more controlled than a fire mage, which is like just solid area. I can keep it focused in like a 5-foot radius most of the time. 5 to 15-foot radius.
So you're doing like magic, like firewalls or fireball or
I'm not doing fire, I'm doing ice
Okay,
spells
right.
and lightning spells.
okay.
So like lightning strike is a line of 5 feet.
Yes. Okay.
So if there's just enemies right in front of me lined up,
Yeah, you can.
I can hit all of them. I also have some area effects that are only about like 20 feet as opposed to fire spells, which are like 50, 60. Like
Yeah,
there's just no way to avoid the party.
Yeah.
So if you
Lots
get
of fun with
if there's a
fire.
crowd and there's a single person, at least let me hit the crowd first.
Yes.
I'll
Alright.
weaken them.
Yeah, we can take some of the outliers, stuff like that, if you can kind of control the ones at the top.
Yeah.
I cast magic missile and attack the dark.
Magic missile is super handy. Don't judge.
No judging.
I jest. You can't see my face, but I jest.
Alright, so just to be clear, this is a monster here.
And this.
That's a monster. And, then
And
these
this.
two.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is just dead people on the ground, right?
Jace.
Just to be clear, this is the song that's going through my head as we're about to fuck shit up.
What song?
I posted a link in the thing.
Stupid ads.
I was gonna say, isn't that the Star Spangled? Oh, okay, yeah.
Well selected. Well selected. Slow song say is for skinny hoes.
Suck it up to the tempo.
Sorry, I'm back.
What song where? I don't see.
And
It's a
Foundry
link in
chat.
Foundry.
Oh, it's in Foundry. Okay. explains why I didn't see it.
You are muted,
Heck, so I
Hexa.
can't hear you.
You see two figures, like I said, drop down from above, from the higher levels, onto the pews, breaking the wood. Their hands are all bloodied from the bashing of the pilgrims in the abbey. They land and go. Blix, one is right to the northwest of you, and there's also one to the northeast of you. What do you wish to do? You're up first. Nick, you're on deck.
I whip out my rapier and I slash at the one nearest to me, which I believe is still within reach of where I'm at.
Okay, yeah, you're. They have partial cover because of the pew, so go ahead and make your attack.
What if I jumped onto the pew as well?
You could.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, so you jump up over, grab the cue, land onto it. It cracks even more and begins to shudder. Make your attack.
$19 to hit.
That is a hit. Your rapier slides in quickly into the chest of the foul, undead-like creature in front of you.
1 sec. I apologize for the delay. I just need like 10 seconds because nope, never mind. That silver in my rapier doesn't help me out here at all, does it?
Yeah, it allows you to hit.
All right.
Does it do more damage? No, they're not. They don't have that susceptibility to silver.
Okay.
All right, you hit for 26 points of damage. Good lord. All right.
And then.
Yeah, so your rapier slices into the creature, cuts across its ribs. You see bones stick out of its chest. You slice up across where its actual chest muscles are, slice it into the pectoral muscles, and you see ribs exposed. But it doesn't seem to phase it. I mean, it's hurt, but this doesn't seem to stop its anger towards you as it's been commanded.
And then. With my fancy footwork, I dance away again quite quickly, and he cannot take an opportunity attack. I can put that in chat if you like.
Please don't get in front of me.
It's too late, I'm here.
All right, is that it, Nick?
But I'm short. Yeah, that's... Wait, Blix.
That's helpful.
I'm sorry, Blix. Nick, you're up. Way down the initiative order is Orican, but you got a ways to go. So.
All right. So Blix runs up, stabby, 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 dances back, and I move forward and I take her place right in front of him, and I attack.
All right.
The flaming greatsword. Get 21 to hit.
That is a hit.
We 12 points of regular damage and 4 points of fire damage.
16 total?
Say again?
16 total, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so between you and Blix, y'all have dealt this creature massive amounts of damage. You come in with your sword, like, across his chest. Now you see the chest is literally split where the sternum is, and you can begin to see the insides of the creature. It's still, you know for a fact any normal being would have been felled by this attack. Is that it?
All right.
Is this an undead creature?
Second attack.
We don't know.
Yeah. Oh, nice. 25.
That's a hit.
$13 regular damage and 2 more fire. So once down one side and then back on the other.
All right, like whoosh, whoosh, it slides in this creature. Blood, pieces of flesh are flying everywhere. It's a horrible scene, and you're like, ugh, and it's still up and fighting. Anything else?
No, that's my 2.
All right. And as you watch, it kind of goes. Yeah, you see the wounds kind of go, begin stitching back together at the start of its turn.
Is it 2's turn to nope on out of the combat?
And let's see. Okay, so the wounds begin to heal slowly as you watch. Your eyes astounded by this, Nick. But then it decides to take 2 attacks. It does a claw attack at you. (19) versus your armor class.
I have a 19 armor class.
You take 5 necrotic damage. And then, as it goes with his claw, kind of hits you with his claw, hangs on for a second, and then lurches forward past your sword, slicing itself, as part of the drama. And it bites into you, trying to grab towards your neck, even though in your werewolf form. As it bites into you.
You're rolling privately, by the way.
Am I? Okay.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Wow.
So
Okay. So
it
bites on your neck, and you feel the right here in your clavicle bones, like hits your bones, like, ah! And it digs in with its teeth. 25 hits.
Yeah.
Dealing 7 necrotic damage to you.
Alright, so everyone that's fought with me before?
You are currently at what? How many hit points?
27.
Got it. Good. All right. And then it jumps, doing a withdrawal from you, part of its abilities. Jumps on the wall behind you. Climbs upward, like backwards, like a weird. Its arms like snap and bend as it climbs up above you.
I'm having nightmares about this for sure.
And it is up 15 feet above you.
So when it jumps away, that's kind of like Blix's retreat thing?
Yes, very similar.
There's no opportunity attack?
No.
Well, it's cool when I do it. Just saying.
You are very talented.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like, and it like stops 15 feet up on the side of the structure and looks down. She goes, and the wounds have now begun. The healing is still slowly progressing, but it hasn't healed all the damage. But you're thinking it's it'll be a tough fight if you don't get them down. All right, that's its turn. All right, the next one up. Where is that one? Way over here. Blix.
Oh, no.
The strange, odd, headless creature that was the bartender looked at you. Its head kind of floats up. And it goes, its tongue kind of lips out. Its organs kind of go, because they kind of flare out towards you, and it goes, Blix, listen to me.
Yeah, we didn't hear any of that.
Oh, you heard it. And then it tells you, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Blix or all of us?
This Blix.
Okay. Ow. I'm so sorry, Blix.
You're about to be.
At least it wasn't natural.
Because I have a feeling it's about to turn me against y'all.
All right. It tells you, your friend, it points to Nick, is a threat to you and your life. Kill him. And you feel compelled to kill him and attack. And so on your turn, that's where your focus goes.
I love this a little.
It's not the first time Blix has gone off the deep end.
All right, now I'd rather fight Blix than those other guys.
All right.
Kill my pet. Don't kill my pet.
No, the other ones are doing necrotic damage to me. I don't have anything against necrotic.
And as Pandy says, don't kill my pet, I'd be looking around going, who's your pet?
All right, and then those within 30 of it, which would be Matthew. Nick, I need you to make a saving throw from a fear aura that it has. Make a saving throw DC 15 wisdom, or be frightened.
I wouldn't even need to roll. I'm definitely frightened.
No, you're dominated by it. Okay. All right. That's it there. And it doesn't progress forward. We now move to the other vampire spawn-like creature. Where is that one? Huh. That's interesting.
Here.
It doesn't belong there. Okay. All right. Okay. 5, 10.
Hey, Nick. Are you susceptible to silver?
All right. One of the heads. It's and tendrils go onto the altar. It pulls itself up and over the altar, sliding bloody tendrils across the harvest master's body. And when it gets to the other side of the altar, they kind of go and they kind of float into the air. And you hear the slapping, the slurping sound of flesh against the stone as it does. And it kind of is like lumbers forward and goes. And looks at all of you and goes, "Fools, your death is before you. Don't you see that? It is so obvious." And it goes, when it does, this aura of fear spreads out across the battlefield, affecting everybody. Nick, you're already affected. Blix, you're oblivious to this. I need Raphael, Arkin, and Pandora to make saves.
What kind of save again?
You can make a wisdom DC 15.
Thank you.
Now you could inspire. You could. Well, it's reaction, so I don't know if you have time for that. So anyway, unless you have a spell, unless you have a reaction spell. Okay, you're good, Arkin.
That doesn't look accurate. I'm sorry. I would love that.
Pandora
I would love that roll.
is feared.
Hey, Hexa?
Yes.
I think Nick rolled a 19, not a what you call it. You said he was already feared, but I think he made his save.
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
I have a 13. Oh, it's just sword. Then I have a Nick. That's a D4. Oh, okay. How'd I get... I'm confused. All right. Anyway, I'll come back to you in a second, Nick.
My wisdom should only be +5. I don't know where those other pluses are coming from.
Pandora.
So it should have been 20.
Okay, you're fine. Let's see here.
Could it be your mage armor?
Nick, you rolled a 19
You're right.
versus the first one. Roll another one against the second one.
Okay.
Let me check that. Make sure it's not like for 24 hours if you resist. 1 second.
Thank you, Pandy. That was where my missing 2 were coming from. It is accurate.
You're welcome.
No, it doesn't say that. Okay. Alright, yes, make another save, Nick. Yo, so you're not frightened. You're not... Okay, good. And...
Oh, but you will be, because there's a goblin on your ass now.
And who else? We have Arkin. You saved already, right? And then Raphael.
Yes.
Make a saving throw, please, versus Wisdom, DC 15.
Wisdom.
What spell are you currently maintaining? Avi is concentrating. What are you concentrating on?
I think that was for the light spell earlier. It should have expired by now, I imagine.
Okay.
So, thank you. Normal. Although I am naturally resistant to necrotic damage.
Yeah, but this is the fear spell.
This is for fear.
You're frightened. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of the fear. Now you can fire ranged weapons and things of that sort, but all your stuff is that ability and attacks are at disadvantage. Got it?
Okay.
Alright, so we have Raphael's feared, we have Pandora's feared, Arkin is not, Blix is charmed, and of course we have Nick, who's in werewolf form, is fine. Alright, that's all she does.
Is that all?
Yes. And the other one moves in front of the Harvest Master. And that's it. Doesn't do anything. Alright. The Vampire Spawn. This one will... 5, 10, and attacks Raphael. And he goes, Priest, you smell so wonderful. And it reaches out to attack you. And it does a multi-attack on you, a claw attack once. Will your faith protect you, weakling? Armor class 10. It's claws bounce off your armor, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have 17.
All right. So it's like across your armor. Doesn't hit with its claw, so it takes its second attack with its claw instead of its bite. And you got 24 versus your armor class.
17.
All right, it hits. This is going to be slashing damage.
I did say earlier that I was transformed into the were-tiger hybrid, so it's half damage.
Okay, so it does 4 slashing damage to you.
Okay.
So you take 2. So you're currently at what hit points? Be 26. All right. And that's its go. Okay, Arkin. What do you do? It's looking dire for your friends. Enemies are all towards the end of the chapel. What do you wish to do? You're muted, by the way.
I know. And I would like to focus. How do I show you where I want to click?
Hold down your X key on your keyboard.
I would like to focus.
Okay.
Are you able to see that right there?
Uh-huh.
this coming spell, and I would like to cast it at a higher level, and I'm just gonna make sure that I can do that appropriately. Hold, please.
Now you realize the Harvest Master's still alive back there on the
Yep.
just letting you know.
So
place your measured template on the map.
okay. So it's a 5 feet radius. So I would like it right here so that it hits those 3. Does that hit those 3? Question mark.
So you're trying to hit the Harvest Master?
Harvest Master and the 2 folks on the other side.
Yeah, you can hit all 3 of them.
Or what if I move down slightly? Is that another creature down there?
No. What, here?
Yeah.
Yeah, just dead bodies.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll go right where I said.
Okay. All right. You attack. Roll, what is it, a saving throw?
So I have to roll damage.
At higher levels, you can
normal.
cast a spell using a slot 3rd level higher. The
And
damage
then
increases 1d6. Each creature within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d6 cold damage on a failed save, or half that. All right, you kill the Harvest Master. He passes. He's dead.
Fuck the Harvest Master.
Huh?
I said fuck the Harvest Master.
Okay. All right. And then let's see. The other one here takes to make a saving throw. Fails and takes how much? 18 points of damage?
Correct.
Minus 1, 8. All right. And this one over here rolls its saving throw. Gets an 18. Saves. Takes half that, so it's 6.
9.
9.
9. I'm sorry, minus 9. My bad. Okay. Yeah. So one of them you hit pretty hard. The other one sees that coming and like flares back a bit. Some of its hanging intestines and stuff freeze up and break off like onto the ground, and it goes. It looks out in your direction.
And at the end of my turn, I'm gonna yell, "Protect me!"
All right. Pandora, you cannot progress forward. What do you do? You can run.
Yeah, range weapon.
Hold on.
Oh, I forgot these guys are supposed to be holding the door shut.
Rude.
I know, right? Pandy?
This campaign turned into a Stephen King novel.
Clive Barker.
I'm not mad about it.
I'm not either. I think it's awesome. It's gonna be even more awesome when I kill Nick.
Sorry, I'm trying to find this spell. I do not have prepared, so never mind.
Hindsight's 20/20.
I can't move up to this guy. So I will target him and use my longbow. Or can I reach him with my staff?
What are you trying to do now?
Not with
Can
your
I-
staff.
Reach this guy with my staff?
This mental picture of
No.
a giant 6-foot cat.
No.
I want to poke him with my stick. Okay,
You'll need a
so
ranged
I'm gonna
weapon.
use my longbow.
Okay. All right.
Disadvantage, correct?
Yeah, so you get a free action to get your weapon out. Then disadvantage.
9 to hit.
Misses. You're just like,
Nice.
and it goes,
I'm gonna use my extra attack.
reduce your inventory on your arrows, please. 11 misses also. Anything else?
That's my turn.
Okie dokie. Be sure to reduce your arrow count by 2. Raphael, frightened. What do you do? Remember, abilities are disadvantage and attacks are disadvantage.
Okay. So does that mean I cannot activate my Radiant Soul?
What is that? Can you activate in your werewolf form? I don't believe so.
Once per long rest, as an action, you can transform, gaining glimmering eyes and 2 incorporeal wings for 1 minute or until you end it. As a bonus action, you have a flying speed of 30 feet. And once per turn, you can have 1 attack or spell deal +5 in additional radiant damage to 1 target.
Right. You're currently in your werewolf form?
Were-tiger.
Were-tiger form? They can speak, I believe. And what's
I'm
this?
in the hybrid were-tiger form, yes.
Okay, and what's this power called?
Radiant Soul.
Yeah, it will drop you out of your were-tiger form.
Okay.
Is that what you want? During that time, and then you'll revert back. But you're out of that form when you're in that radiant mode.
No, I think I'll just stick with what I got for the moment.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to cast. Let's see. This one's probably the most immediate threat to me, so I will target that one.
Which one?
Oh, kitty.
Remember the X key on your keyboard highlights.
Yeah,
so
I have a cat in the way, though. That's
that
all.
one right here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're attacking that one.
Going to.
Remember disadvantage.
At disadvantage, right? Where's the little pop-up?
It's a saving throw. How does this work? Let's see. Framework radiance ascends. Target must succeed. So it doesn't matter. They're still just making a saving throw. DC 13. They have a 19 and succeeded.
Okay.
And if they succeed, yeah. So no damage.
No damage. Yeah.
Anything else, Raphael?
Let me see if I have any bonus actions I can take. Nope, no bonus. Well.
All right. So y'all see Raphael like look about, panicked on the battlefield for a second, and then quickly tries to summon a sacred flame. You've seen this before, but the spawn quickly just maneuvers out of the way, and it totally misses it. All right.
That's the spiritual weapon again, can't I?
That's a bonus action.
Yep, it's a bonus action.
A spiritual weapon.
Hooray!
Cast.
What does yours look like?
You show me yours.
You're so naughty.
Longsword.
Hot.
And I'm going to have it float right here.
What color is it?
Make it like a cyan.
The fuck's that color?
Blue.
Blue.
Thank you.
You sure you don't want it to be cerulean?
I want it to be.
And where do you want it?
Yep, right there.
All right. You summon your, and this magical sword appears. All right. And it can attack, I think, when you summon it.
Yes.
Don't forget, disadvantage.
Look it up.
Hey, Pandora, I forgot. If you've already gone, right? In the initiative order?
Mhm.
So, yeah. At the end of your turn, you can make a saving throw, and I forgot to do that for you. So go ahead and make a save against that condition.
For wisdom?
Yeah, so DC 15, I believe. Failed. You're still
Is a
afraid.
saving throw a disadvantage?
Ability checks and attacks.
So not the saving throw.
Yeah.
Let me redo
10
that.
plus 4 would have been 14.
Still missed.
Still missed, yeah. Alright. Anyway, so did you attack Raphael?
I don't see a button for that, so I guess I'm just gonna roll.
Yeah.
1d20.
Yeah.
And it's a miss.
Alright. Okay. Moving on.
Yep.
Make your saving throw, please. DC 15 wisdom. Let me double check that.
1 moment. DC 15 wisdom.
Yeah, it's 15 wisdom.
Saving throw. And that's a disadvantage, you said?
No. It's
No?
normal.
Okay. Just normal.
You succeed.
You're no longer afeared.
Yay. I'm no longer scared. I overcame my scaredness.
All right. Fine. Okay, so Raphael, you shrug off the effect that the creature has after seeing your companion's attack and swing. You become resolute, and calling upon your spiritual weapon gives you more strength and faith that you need to resist these creatures. Blix, you're up. Nick, you're on deck.
I savagely attack Nick with the fury of the small.
Oh no.
21 is a hit.
That hits.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
No, he won't feel too bad when he hits you and kills you. Oh my god, 18 points of damage.
I'm so sorry.
That's piercing, yes. You probably get half of that, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Nick, you feel a slicing pain behind you. Somebody stabs you from behind. You rear back and look and pull away last second so it doesn't go as deep. And you see your party member, Blix, with her eyes glazed over, like the guards that you saw earlier, just like stabbing viciously at you back and forth. Blix, do you stay there or do you move?
Oh yeah, I stay here because I'm gonna be ready to finish the job next turn.
All right. And take your second attack.
I only have one.
I thought you had 2 attacks.
I do not have 2 attacks.
I've seen you take 2 attacks.
Not on this character. You've seen me on Althea.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
All
a
right.
bonus action attack.
A bonus action, yes. Attack. No. Oh, wait a minute. Second. Wait a minute. Wait.
Sorry, Raph.
It has to be attack, not bonus.
Nope.
All right. Nick, you're up.
All right.
I wait a minute. I do have 2 weapon fighting, so I'm gonna actually slash at him with my dagger.
Okay.
Sorry, you can blame Arkin on this one.
Real smart, not always brilliant.
18?
It does not hit.
At the miss. Woo! All right. Now, Nick, you're up.
All right. 1 second.
What you doing, Nick?
I gotta do a saving throw. For my wisdom.
Okay.
I am below 19. And I make it. Alright. So I do not attack Blix. I'm just like, what the hell? Blix is like,
She's frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, but I'm also bloodied or whatever, so I'm probably not really paying attention to her. I'm just like, what the fuck? Probably not seeing that her eyes are all bloodshot and everything else, so I would continue fighting as normal.
That creature's 15 feet up. Can you reach it?
No. But I can turn and fight something else.
Blix.
You can move between attacks.
Did you say Blix?
What do you attack? There's a vampire spawn to the south of you, and another one of these creatures to the north of you.
I'm gonna go here.
Alright.
Fight the creature here and attack him.
Okay. It's a they, by the way.
Do what?
It's a they.
They. I'm gonna attack they.
It likes to be addressed as they, not him.
Okay. 20 to hit?
That's a hit.
So 11 and 4 fire.
Alright. It takes 15 points of damage from you. Its wounds open up across its body, and...
Second attack. Could be a 20.
It's a hit.
So 15 and 3.
17. 18? Yes. Okay. So you jump down from the pew, coming down hard, whoosh, whoosh, with your weapon, slice across its body. Again, blood splatters across the floor. Its hands and its claws are just already, just covered in the blood of the pilgrims about it. And as you hit it, it kind of looks down at the wounds and goes... Alright, anything else?
That's it. I am obviously injured.
All right, the Pentagon, its tendrils kind of slap across the floor. Tendrils sliding up and over the pews, knocking one of them over, and it just floats right past you, Blix, and then gets on the opposite side of Nick, and then it reaches out and attacks. It doesn't even try to dominate. So it does. It tries to. Its entrails begin trying to reach around you and stuff, and so it goes to try to grapple you. Make a. Basically, you're going to be escaping, trying to escape. So it becomes.
The strength check.
Yes, or acrobatics. It's got a 24. You got to get better than that. Equal to or better. No.
Nope.
You're currently grappled. The grapple condition is you cannot. Your speed becomes 0. It can't be from any of its bonuses to its speed. Condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. Condition also ends if it removes grapple creature from the reach of the grappler creature. So here. All right, so you are grappled, and on that, it then damages you. All right, so the tendrils wrap around you. Its spine then like jabs in towards your gut. It's like trying to pierce you with its own spine, and if it hits, you take 1d10 plus 4 points of damage from entrail damage as it grabs and binds on you. 10 points of damage of bludgeoning.
That.
You are considered restrained and grappled, and it can automatically hit And it can take a bonus action. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And can't make it. Alright. And any verbal spells you have, you can't speak, can't breathe, or cast spells. So, for Constitution, that many rounds from now, you have to make a Constitution save, but you got plenty of Constitution, so you got a ways to go. And that's it. Oh, and Fear Aura. No, that's it for now. Alright. That's that one. And I'm going to kind of overlap it just to kind of indicate you two are, you know, close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
The other one. Slithers and slides across the floor. And comes to a halt on top of the pews. Kind of looks in y'all's direction. Looks at the cleric. You will do my bidding, you weak-souled priest. Tries to dominate you. DC Wisdom 15. Are become charmed by the creature. Raphael. Wisdom DC 15.
Okay.
And 11. You are charmed.
Damn it.
Remember, at the end of your next turn, you can resist.
Okay.
Where is that? All right. And that's it for it. Alright, it just moves forward, cackles at y'all. And it does its Fear Aura attack. So that's going to be Nick. Raphael, you're immune to it because you're charmed by them. And it's 30 feet, I think. Let's see who's all affected by it. Oh, everybody is. So I need everybody to make a Fear Aura save. Unless you've already saved against it and succeeded. So...
Two?
If you succeed against it, you don't have to make it. DC 15 Wisdom.
Wisdom, thank you.
Do you want the Dominated Blix to also?
No.
Wait, do I get to break that
Charm.
charm?
I thought you failed your save earlier.
Oh, I did.
So Nick, you've succeeded. Arkin, you succeeded. Pandora, you're still scared, Cat. Yeah. All right.
And I don't need a roll because I'm already charmed.
All right. No, yeah, Raphael, you don't. So let's see here. So who had to make a check? Nick needed to make a check. He succeeded. Arkin needed to make a check. He succeeded. Pandora doesn't need to. Raphael doesn't need to. Yeah. So yes, yeah, people who mattered succeeded because you're already frightened. And where am I on the initiative order here? Okay, the spawn. With Raphael and Charmed, it focuses on Nick and will attack the vampire spawn. It's got advantage because it's flanking. It does its bite. I'm sorry, it does its claw attack first.
We're about to kill Nick.
It could happen. Whoops, wrong roll. So that's a 12. It has advantage. And roll again. Normal. 19, it's a hit. does normal damage, 5 points of slashing damage, and then it does its bite on you. $25 hits for 15 points of damage. Nick is... Did you apply your damage yet, Nick? Alright. That's that. Arkan, you're up. Your companions are looking rough. Those creatures are in the background attacking. One is on Nick, and one's behind Nick, and they are just like... Nick's like... being choked as the entrails like try to go into his mouth, up his nose, and its spine is just cutting deeply into him. It stabs him again and again in the gut. And then that vampire from behind him like slashes across his back once and tries to bite into him. What do you do, Arkan?
I'm dead.
You're dead?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Alright.
no.
Alright. Nick is down. Then you see Nick suddenly drop, hanging in the air from the entrails of the creature, and it just kind of lets him slide out onto the ground.
I'm gonna run.
And this slimy ectoplasm like kind of slithers all over Nick as it lets him drop to the ground.
Oh no.
Nick's gonna get a cigarette. Nick's like, I'm gonna go get a cigarette, bitches.
Fair.
Alright.
Alright. My turn?
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump forward 1 square, and then I'm gonna like literally jump over the next square so I don't hit my ectoplasmic friend. And then I'm gonna go this way, and
You're gonna draw opportunity attacks if you do that.
yep.
You're gonna draw 1, 2, 3 opportunity attacks.
Wait, 3?
Yeah, because Blix is charmed.
Oh, I forgot about
But what? No, no.
and
What they told me was that Nick was a threat.
And Raphael is also charmed. He would take an attack. So it's 4 opportunity attacks. That's a terrible tactic.
Okay, yes, thank you. I did not think about those opportunities. So I'm going to focus in the square directly below and to the left of them and cast this.
So you're going to attack what, here, X on your keyboard.
I'm about to.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
You know what, Raphael? I'm coming.
They
for
both
you
failed?
next.
How much damage you do? 10?
You're gonna attack me, who's also charmed? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
They didn't tell me that you're all a threat unless you're charmed. They told me you're all a threat.
Alright. And, Arkan. Anything else? That's your attack? Alright.
That's my attack. I'll stay where I am.
Pandora, what do you do? Range attack, I presume?
No, I found what I was looking for earlier. I touch my tattoo and activate the Eldritch Maul. As my bonus action, I empower the tattoo for 1 minute, and each of my melee attacks with a weapon or unarmed strike can reach a target up to 15 feet away from me, as
Okay.
each tendrils launch toward the target.
Alright.
So I will target this guy with my axe. Yeah. I'm assuming 10 misses.
Yes. Oh, hang
Okay,
on. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try again with my second attack. Fuck me.
But at least your dice are sparkling.
Okay, yeah, your attacks. You suddenly recover your wits about you. Reach out with your tattoo empowerment. Your weapons attack just like lances out as you attack, but it misses the creature. And you have to make a saving throw against the frightened conditions now. DC 15, Wisdom.
I take back my fuck it up to the tempo.
Mm-hmm. I think they heard that song.
You missed it. All right, still frightened. That's killing you. All right, Raphael.
Yes. Ooh.
You're charmed. And you were
see
told
Blick's eyeing you.
You were told to attack their enemies, and behind you is Arkin. He's an enemy, so you must attack efficiently, not lazily.
Bring it, mofo.
Do we have a TPK tonight?
Mage armor, bitches.
Why you want to do us like that, Hexa?
I want you to be challenged and excited by all this.
Matt Raph.
Helped kill Nick. Look at all this gold we're gonna leave on the floor.
He's not dead.
He's
He's
only
just
mostly
slightly dead.
Unless he begins fumbling his death saves, he could be dead really quick. So, Raphael, please attack. You need to attack Arkin.
So I guess I'm going to attack with my mace.
So you have the Staff of Healing, Dagger +1, Quarterstaff +1, Wand of Healing, Ring of Were-Tiger, Potion, Crossbow Bolts. Yeah, I'm not seeing much here beyond that. Do you have a spell that's better? Let me look at your spells real quick. Word, Sacred Flame, Word of Radiance. Sacred Flame does... Okay, and then your mace, you said you're attacking with a mace?
Yep.
You're probably going to use your Sacred Flame instead.
Okay. GM gets what the GM wants.
18 hits. What kind of...
Door open.
I know.
That's radiance damage?
I need you to make a saving throw. DC 13 Dexterity. Arkin.
On it.
Should I hit that roll? Well, I'll wait until the DC save has happened or not.
What was the save again?
13.
Dex.
13.
Click on Dex and save. You failed. You take how much damage? 5 points of radiant damage.
Ouchie. That was rude.
I'm sorry, dude.
It's fine. It's fine. I know you're not in control of yourself.
Alright, so you're down to 27. Okay.
How do I
need a
change that
judgment
on my
call.
sheet?
I did it on your token already, but you can open your character sheet, or you can right click on your token. You'll see your hit points at the bottom, and just minus whatever or plus whatever in that little cell. I've already applied it to you though.
Thank you.
All right, Raphael, make a save as you leave your charm state. Hopefully.
Wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You succeed.
Okay.
And you are no longer charmed. So you come out of your fog and you see your friend Nick is down on the ground, dying, bleeding out from the attacks. You realize you just attacked your friend to the south of you. Pandora still is like frightened of the enemies, and Blix is like gleefully attacking any and everything about her. All right, that's in it for Raphael. Back to the top of the order, and we're gonna stop here for the night. I gotta stop. It's 9:50, so it's a good point for us to stop.
You can finish killing us next week.
All right, y'all can discuss your tactics for the next game. All right, I'm sorry, Nick.
I don't like this game anymore.
Don, it happens. They're just a little.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine.
All
At least
right.
I have to vivify this time.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm going to bed.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for this horrible, horrible event. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Conversation.
Bye.
Bye. All right, that's it for the night. Oh, it's looking bad. Ciao.